content provided in this presentation is for entertainment and informational purposes only, and does not constitute trading or investment advice, recommendation, or endorsement. Financial market trading carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. You could lose more than your initial investment. Always conduct your own research and consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any trading or investment decisions. You are solely responsible for your trading actions and their outcomes.
And a very good morning to everybody. It's 7 a.m. London time, 2 a.m. New York, 3 p.m. Tokyo. This is the Apex Brotherhood live stream, and we are now live. I'm Scott Callahan, and it's great to see you all today. Thanks for joining me for my very first live stream. I am known as Sigma FX Trading, and I've been asked to come along to the Apex Brotherhood YouTube studio this morning to do my first ever broadcast or anything like this, so please bear with me. I think we'll have a great time. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to speak about trading, and we're going to speak about trading a small account, a small personal account, and trying to grow that account from a small £100, $100 into $1,000, as that, I think, is key when you're starting off in trading, to developing the right habits and consistency, discipline, and all the other things that lead to you being a successful trader. So it is Thursday the 9th of April 2026, so it's a successful trading day. We're going to, hopefully, let's do it. We're going to have a look and see what news is on the horizon for today. I'm going to speak a little bit about growing the small account, and then we'll open up the screens, open up the charts, and have a look and see what can be seen for today. I'll tell you about tiny little bit about myself. I am a trader of 3 years. I wouldn't consider myself to be a profitable trader yet, but I'm certainly on the right path. Over the last year, I would say I'm pretty much break even, but the data is growing in my background that supports that I'm on the right path to becoming profitable. I do trade prop. I'm looking to get funded, but I think an important part of that journey I found is that starting off with a £100 account, which needs nurtured, it needs cared for, it needs careful management, and you can't trade big, you can't do silly things. You've got to have not so much a to-do list when you're trading an account that size, but a not to-do list if you want to keep it, if you want to make sure that it survives. And that's the key to successful, long-term, disciplined, profitable trading, is to be, what did I say? I had a memory blank there. I said something about being, surviving. Yeah, survival. It's the survivors that are the profitable traders in the end. So let's hope we're all going to be one of these. Right, I have no script, so I'm just going to move on to look at this, which is the news. We'll have a look at the news first, that's what we'll do. That's always a good idea to see what's on the horizon for today. Now, what I will say is, I use Baby Pips every day, but what I do use is the Apex Brotherhood's news feed from the Discord. So I would encourage everyone to join the Discord. One of the best things for me out of it is this news feed, because it does give you reminders before the news, and you can look at it any time and see what's coming up during the day. But I'm a creature of habit, and when I first started trading, I was directed to Baby Pips. I know most people use Forex Factory, but we can use Baby Pips today. That's what I normally do. I normally just filter it to the high news. I don't trade in news or around news or during news, but I will trade through news my style of trading allows me to ride the storm. What I find is the market is going to where it's going anyway. News tends to just speed it up a bit. Sometimes you get a low bowler that throws it in the wrong direction for a bit, but it normally returns to where it was going, certainly in terms of my trading. Let me know in the chat which I've not looked at yet. I will in a second, and we'll say hello to anyone that's saying hello this morning. We'll have a quick look at the news and then we'll look at the chat. So, what we have here, we've just had JPY news in the last hour, and there's Euro news, and the German balance of trade is just happening just now. I'm not sure, looking at the Euro chart, doesn't look like much has happened. That's a 4 hour right enough, but yeah, there's certainly no big moves as a result of whatever that news result was. And then we're not till the afternoon. We've got the US news, lots of US news at 1:30, so we've got a kind of news free morning, so hopefully that'll give us the opportunity to get in some trades, and I can give you an update on the small account I have already running. It's had some difficulty this week, but it's still 5 steps forward, 1 step back, which is what you want in trading. We're sitting at an 80.52% return on the 24 trading days that I've been trading this account, that's good by anyone's measure, I think. Okay, so that's our news for today. It's not going to affect anything on the stream today. We're already done with the Euro news. We've just got London open to contend with, and the volatility that brings. I will just come off the screen and I'll have a quick look at the chat. Do remember to like and subscribe, because that's what's going to make us grow. That's what's going to bring the Apex Brotherhood and all the good things that represents forward, and make the community even better than it already is. We've got a great bunch of guys in there. You know, there's no idiots. There always one. There isn't. I don't think there is one. So if there is always one, well, hopefully it's not me. Might be, but no, it is an absolutely genuine bunch of degenerate, brilliant, trader-minded, focused, entertaining bunch of guys. Love every one of them. You'll see 2 more of them today, hopefully, with Evan and Sam coming on later on. Once I've rambled on for an hour and probably not get to the point, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Let's have a look. I'm going to have a look at chat. That's not showing on your screen there, but I can have a look at the chat. Wow, we do have lots of comments. There we go. I can bring them up as well. I can see that we've got a join the Apex Brotherhood community. Definitely do that. And we'll have a little look at that. I'll not go right into the Discord, but I'll summarise what the channels are on the Discord. It's got a lot on there that's you know, one of my favourite quotes and favourite sayings is, how you are at anything is how you are at everything. You know, so I think if you be your best self in all aspects of your life, that translates into your trading, into your lifestyle, into everything. You know, a positive outlook and positive approach to things in general will transfer across all aspects of your life. You know, you might, looking behind me here, it looks like I've got a great setup here. You know, this is me just building into my future self. And I think becoming a good trader, you've got to try and be the best at, and within your means, what you can do. So anyway, I digress. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can bring up this chat. Oh yeah, we have, Will Davis, official. Will is our fantastic founder of Apex Brotherhood, and an absolute genuine great guy, fantastic trader, funded trader, and he's, along with his brother Ewan, is leading the Brotherhood to bigger and better things, and I'm glad to be part of it. Thanks very much. And we've got some rocket emojis saying let's go. Okay, so we've got Young Master Born, the rebel trader, last true rebel trader. Morning, Scott. Morning, chat. Hi, Evan. I should really read these before I bring them up. I know people have been caught out before with bringing chats up that you might not see. I'm sure you guys here will all be very good in the chat. Say anything, criticism or constructive criticism, of course, and anything at all. Anything you want to say about my trading. I've got people have said a lot of things to me over the years in my previous job. You'll not offend me. You'll not get a rise out of me. But I always find it interesting to know what people are thinking. So be honest. Let us know what you think. Right. Okay. Here we go. We've got Unbiased Trader saying, "Good morning. Nice to see you, Scott. Excellent. Thank you, Unbiased Trader. You're very welcome here. A familiar face, going back to pre-Apex Brotherhood days, and good to have you here this morning. Thanks for getting up early as well. It's early this morning. And believe it or not, I've not had the best of sleeps. I've been a little bit nervous about coming on this morning. And I had three full days at work. And it's important to know how you are every morning. Journaling, when you're journaling, I think it's important to say how you're feeling as well. You've got to have respect for what your body's telling you, because that affects what your mind wants to do also. We've got, make sure to like and subscribe, of course. Let's do it. Let's grow the subscribers. If you haven't done it, or you think you've done it, double check. You might not have. If you have family, friends, anyone, please get them to like and subscribe. Get them to join the channel. Get them to boost it. Let's make this a bigger and better place for everybody. Will saying, smashing it, Scott. Thank you very much, Will. Appreciate your kind words. I don't feel like I'm smashing it at the moment, but kind of enjoying it. Let's see what Unbiased Trader said. I've not read this, so let's read it while it goes up on screen. That's to Evan. Morning. Yesterday I had a 100% losing trades. Not great. I was 50-50 with mine. New day, new opportunity, certainly, yeah. You can't let your yesterday's yesterday. The market doesn't remember yesterday. It's only doing what it's doing now, so we've just got to see where we can fit into that and take advantage of it. Well saying, yesterday was crap, I just stayed out. I think you're talking about the live stream, Will. I'll try and improve on that today. Hopefully we can make it better for you today. Oh no, the market's right. Let's have a look. Evan Bourne. So Ghetto is saying, yeah, I won one, lost one yesterday. I got my bot kind of in a better place. Not got it in a better place, and it's in a trade now. So hopefully it's improved. Hopefully it is an improvement. Really interested to see how the bot performs and how it does. I had a little experience with bot trading, I was kind of anti-bot trading. I've got to admit I'm a bit of a botist. I'm a bit of a purist in that I like the idea of the control being in the trader's hands. But I also like the idea of automation and replicating the rules-based system that you have, and maybe don't apply because you're human, as you should, that the bot can do it, and how that affects the outcome. But there's room for everyone in this brotherhood, in this community, and it's good to see that we've got like bot traders, we've got crypto traders, gold guys, we've got oil guys, Rebel Evan he's into his oil. Evan's been about since the 70s. He was here for the first oil crisis, so he's got experience there, and that's good to see. You've got different types of traders as well. You've got all-in traders. You've got like me, like a slowly traders grow and build. It's good. There's something for everyone, so don't be afraid if you think boring old Scott with his 100 to 1,000, $2 or $3 a day sometimes. It gets there, and that's the surprising thing about it, is that you've got. Well, let's have a quick look. Sorry, I'm just clicking a million different things here. That's my Euro USD chart that I was looking at. I was trying to bring up something that I can't see anymore. It's disappeared. Anyway, let's go back. Remember, and like and subscribe. So let's have a look to see what we're saying in the chat. I've gone on a tangent again. I'll try and stick to the rough outline of what I'm intending to do over this hour or so. Evan maybe put this up before I commented about his long-lived experience of the oil market. You're smashing it, Scott. Brilliant. Cheers. Thank you. Stop down so well. Don't raise the bar too high, bro. Laugh out loud. We won't keep up. Yes, you will. You guys are doing fine. I loved you and Sam yesterday. I was having to sneak into cupboards at my work. Hope my work aren't watching this, actually. Damn it. Live on YouTube. Yeah, sneaking into cupboards at work and having a very 2-second catch up to see how you guys were doing. Will Davis reposted this stream. Oh, that's not showing. Yeah, it's showing. On X. Oh yeah, we're live on X apparently, and possibly Insta, or it's in progress to be done, and maybe Facebook as well. So that's a huge reach that we're now doing on all these different channels. So as people see us and join us, do comment, keep the comments coming in. If you want to see something in particular, let me know and I'll try and oblige. Let's have a look. Will's laughing at something. I'm sure it was something I said, maybe. And Evan will be joining us live later, so ask him about his bot. Yeah. I'm not going to. I also need to speak to Evan about his mental journaling. You know, I did catch that a little bit yesterday. Not that I'm the journal man. I know what I should be journaling, which it sounds pretty much like what I would say about journaling if I was being honest about my journaling. So, which is I should be doing it. I'm not, but it's all up here. But that's the problem. Up here doesn't operate as good as what it might if you can refer back to something that's in black and white. Your mind can play tricks on you. The psychology of trading, I think, is something I've been quite interested in. I do think I'm kind of a self-aware kind of person that believes I can see where I'm going wrong or what I'm doing. But having repeated the same mistakes in trading repeatedly over a 3-year period, it's something that you've really got to consider, because your mental journal and not accepting the things that you've done wrong. You know, I think I might have said this already, but you know, trading can also often be something where you've got to not so much have a to-do list, but have a not to-do list, and that not to-do list is often what you find in your journal, because you know you've got more of a desire to do things than not do things. I'm sure that makes sense. Right, I don't know how to unhide that. Yeah, there we go. So that's unhidden, the comment on the screen. Okay, what was I talking about? I think, yeah, myself. I've been trading since about 2023, so 3 and a bit years since I opened my first trading account to trade live. Before that, I did spend about a year or so just watching YouTube videos on trading. I believed that, having looked at these videos, that it looked simple stuff, really. You just if it's going up, you buy. If it's going down, you sell. Use these indicators to see what that direction's telling you. Stick a trade on, goes to profit. How can you go wrong? And yeah, obviously did go wrong. Made the mistake of opening a big cash account to start with. The discipline in me told me if I lose half of it, then I stop, and that is ultimately what happened. Learned my lesson, started on prop, thought that's maybe a better way to use someone else's money, but also then repeatedly cycled through accounts that didn't work. So initially when I started in trading, I was given some advice that doing the small account was the way to go, even if it only leverage only let you take one trade a day. That one trade would instill the patience that you need to trade, to find the discipline to just not overdo it, not over risk, and not over trade as well. And I think all these things are really important. Not trading's as good as trading when it comes to starting off in trading. And certainly until you can, I would say to anybody, and this is a call to action, to join the Brotherhood, join the Discord, join the 100 to 1000 journey along with everyone else. I'm going to keep doing this repeatedly. Ideally, I want to be through this journey to the $1,000, £1,000, and then go back to the beginning, so that if there's anyone else that's joining the Brotherhood in the future, they can join in along the journey. And it's not a competition, but it's knowing that you're in it with other people, and that you're sharing your journey with other people does help you to not make the silly mistakes that could crash your account and lose the lot. You've got to make it a survival contest to get to the end, and that has already translated across into my prop trading. It's translated across into, I do have one slightly larger cash account, and I'm basically copy trading to them all, with the basis of my trades being this small account. So just trading that $180 it is now is multiplying out across these 3 different account arenas, and that's already, I can see the results already. 24 trading days, and it's looking a lot rosier and a lot more steady and a lot more consistent than it was. Anyway, I first got into trading, believe it or not, through I've got my Apex Brotherhood coffee just to keep me going. I might have to jump out. I can't wait till Evan comes in, and I'll go make another coffee because this one's cold. I've been nervously trying to get things set up this morning. Anyway, the into trading, initially I was making a purchase in Europe. I was trying to buy a small holiday type property, and this was maybe just during COVID, so it'd be 5 years ago since COVID, and there was delays in it going through, so I started to see the euro exchange rate changing, and I thought, wait, hang on a second, if that goes up to there, which has been before, then that's going to cost me 5,000 euros or dollars or pounds, more than what I had. So I started to thought I better move it into euros now, and then it started to go the other way or whatever, and I was like, right, okay, it's gone my way, and it looks like we'll be another 6 months before we're complete, so I'll put it back into pounds. And this went on. It went on for a couple of years because ultimately I didn't even get the property. It all fell through for reasons out with my control. But I think over the 2 years, don't tell the tax man, I made a couple of thousand, or 2,000 or 3,000, maybe more, pounds in profit just from switching real deposit money back and forward as the euro pound euro rate changed, which, as we know, it's not a volatile market, is it? So managed to make a profit out of that, and then I started to Google how can you get a read on, there must be a way of telling what way it's going to go, because I could see that there was patterns of the ups and downs, and it would respect levels at round numbers, and you could see that there was definite levels it was reaching for when it moved, and levels that have been touched before. And that got me into the forex trading and leveraged broker trading. I started to, so I joined a broker. I can't even remember which one it was. Next minute I got a call from a guy in the US of A. I'm like, hang on a second, why is there someone from America calling me here in Scotland to talk me through putting money in my account? Which obviously we know the reason why, because most people will not be successful in trading, and that's why being part of a community like the Brotherhood helps instill that sense of community that drives forward profitability and being in the successful group as opposed to the unsuccessful group. We have over 100 members becoming better traders and having fun along the way. Yeah, there's lots of fun. One thing I have been enjoying is the Friday night games nights, poker nights. It's good to go along. Sometimes the poker doesn't even happen. We just have a chat for a few hours. It's good. So yeah, that's what got me into trading. I then started to watch videos on how to do it. And when I opened my first account, I didn't even know how to use MT5. That was put money in, and the money was already in before I'd even clicked buy or sell or worked out how to put a stop or a limit order or whatever. So not the best example, but you learn by the mistakes you make, and hopefully me sharing that can encourage other people just to open a small account with £100 and grow it slowly in a disciplined way. But you need to learn. I'm not going to teach you how to trade. Maybe by sharing some of my trading, you'll pick something up, but I'm not here to educate you or train you in taking trades. I don't want you to copy my trades either. This is all just for fun. It's not advice. It's not financial advice. But please join us. Please join us and join us along the way. So the first thing, apart from knowing how to trade, is you need to get your account sorted. So I am going to open a brand new account and start this journey again, and I'll speak just briefly about that. So the account, this is not a recommendation, but this account does tick all the boxes for trading a small account. It's not a UK based account, it's not a spread betting account. You can, and again, not tax advice, but you can earn up to £1,000 before you have to report earnings to the tax man. So 100 to the 1,000 falls within that as far as I'm concerned. This is with Vantage Markets. Now I'll quickly bring up the screen in the window share. So basically, Vantage Markets, it's based out with the UK. I think it's based on a tax haven somewhere, I can't remember. But Vantage Markets gives you the leverage to, I'm just making sure I'm still live here. Yeah. Vantage Markets gives you accounts with the leverage on, I think there's ETC accounts or CFD accounts, I can't remember. But it will give you the necessary leverage in order to be able to open up a reasonable number of positions. I think on £100, you'd maybe $100, £100, you would maybe get 5 0.01 positions open, so that's a 0.05 exposure to the market. Now Vantage, the good thing about it is that it's $0 commissions when you trade US shares, exclusive benefits, loyalty programs. Obviously, as you become a better trader, there's lots of things that are more relevant. It's got the best CFD broker globally award in 2024 with that best CFD trading platform. So it's a big player. It's not FCA regulated, but you're only putting a small amount in, and obviously you can decide what you want to do with that once it becomes a. You can get the FCA regulated, so this is the .com account, so this is the national account. Once you want to move to the FCA account with your £1,000 at the end of that 100 to 1,000 journey, you can move it across to a new account in the UK jurisdiction. It's 1 to 30 leverage, limited on forex, which is it's more than enough for careful, considered trading. What we ask you as well is that if you are signing up to the Vantage Markets account, that you can use that referral code. There's also a referral link in the description. Full disclaimer, the founders in Apex Brotherhood may make a small commission if you do sign up. We're not recommending it as such, but it's disclosed that there is a commission there if you do join us in this journey. Let's have a look. What else does it say? You can also trade forex, indices, metals, commodities, oil, gas, ETFs, shares as well, and bonds. So use the referral code there. You can just put it in the box there. I'll not sign up just now. I can blur out my screen and put in my details, but it's I'll do that later on. I feel like I'm rabbiting on. It's already 7:30 and I've not looked at the charts. So let's have a look at the charts for a second. We'll have a look at the chat and see what is going on. There we go. Right. So I'll take you through briefly how I. Oh, that's that one. Okay, so that's the 100 to 1,000 challenge there. Do consider joining the Discord to find out more about it, to look at the progress I've made so far, and I'll now share my MT5 as opposed to my other screen. Okay. Right, we've got 50 Cal in the house. Nice to see you, 50 Cal. 50 Cal says morning all. Now Cal is going to be streaming as well. Don't know if I'm giving something away there. I think if we keep an eye on next week, we'll see Cal come in, and he's got a different way of trading as well. Super interesting, super successful guy in trading, and there's more octane in Cal's trading than there is in mine. But I do think trading should be boring, but you can do it a number of different ways. It's not a one size fits all. Cal has got more octane, definitely. Yes, a sneaky little leak. I don't know. I can't. I've had a hard week. I'm struggling to remember where we're at. It's right. Let's have a look. Right. So normally, what I do, well, first of all, I look at the news. So we know that our news is out of the way. I go through. I trade 22 different pairs because at any one point in time, one pair or another has relatively more strength over the others, and if that strength is accompanied by momentum in a direction, and there's another pair that has weakness and loss of strength in the other direction, if you've got like an opposing strengths and opposing momentum, then that's the pair to trade. And if that happens to be New Zealand JPY, then so be it. That's what needs to be traded as far as I'm concerned. My whole ethos in trading is that it's got to be dynamic. You've got to go to where the movement is. Some people, I know somebody who just trades pound dollar. You get movement, but some days it just doesn't do anything. Not that that's not a good lesson in patience, which it is, and a good lesson in knowing your adversary, which it is. So yeah, you can do it both ways. I'm not saying anything against it if you're listening, that person. Okay, right. Morning, MGN. Good to see you popping up there. Looking forward to. In fact, I'm going on holiday first thing in the morning tomorrow. I'm off down to Evan's neck of the woods, although it's probably about 200 miles away. Further south than where Evan is, down to Skegness. It's a traditional British seaside resort that should be fun. It's the Easter holidays here in the UK, so my kids are off school, and we're off to a caravan for 3 nights. So I'll need to recover from this stream before heading on my 6.5 hour journey down to the south east of England tomorrow. MGN saying that he's a bit late. Yeah, well, we started earlier today, so you can be excused, and he's been at the gym. Well, that's good. It's ideally you want to be exercising before you come in the markets. Get your dopamine elsewhere. Don't get them from the screens. If you're getting your dopamine from the screens, it's not teaching you good habits. So the gym is good for everything health-wise, everything lifestyle-wise, and it's good for trading as well. You've got to remember to balance it out. All screens and no gym is not a good combination. Right, I slaver once again. Yeah, so I'm looking at all the different pairs. I do have sort of I don't know if you can see that screen there. It's strengths. It's like an indicator I have that shares where each of the main currencies is sitting in terms of strength, and also the momentum of how they're moving. So I mean, immediately, in fact, talking about New Zealand JPY, I can see that certainly in the 15-minute chart that the Kiwi is ready to drop, and the yen is ready to. It could still go down, to be honest. The yen can, yeah, they're both. Everything at the moment is actually just sitting. At the moment, we've got Swissy going down and the US dollar going up in terms of what is opposing each other. So, I mean, if we have a quick look at the US Swissy chart, I've got my okay. Sorry, I'm just yawning there, forgetting that I've got however many people are viewing this, watching me. Yeah, so we can see that, yeah, the US dollar and Swissy are going up. You know, I mean, that's the trade for the next till 8 o'clock. You know, that's the trade for the next 15 minutes. It is sitting right below. What is that there? Yeah, it's sitting below equilibrium yesterday, so between yesterday's high and low, which is not on this screen actually, it's sitting below there, so it is a point of resistance, I would call that. Is it likely to break through it and go into this explosive candle here? And it's not something I would trade, to be honest. It looks like it's on the turn, but I think it's more than likely to stop going up and retrace down into I would say, oh sorry, I'm just trying to annotate this screen if I can. Oh, it's not letting me annotate, or is it? Oh, it's letting me annotate but not on that screen. Okay, no, well, it looks like, yeah, it looks like it's stopping there. To be honest, it doesn't look like it's wanting to go much higher, but it's tried. So that move might be exhausted. Just ignore me. This is the chaotic nature of my finding a trade. So that's what I'm looking at first. Is strengths and momentum. That's how I find my points of interest. I don't have to trade them just because I see it on there. Often it's lagging, so you're seeing it after it's happened. You've just got to work out if it's going to continue to move or not. Okay, so I would look at the main ones first against the dollar, just all the dollar pairs to begin with. So we'll start with Aussie dollar. I've been trading Aussie dollar more than any other pair since I started the challenge, or maybe I've just become more aware of it because, as I said, not really been journaling, but my journal is my track record, and my track record at the moment is the 100 to 1,000 account, and that track record shows me that Aussie dollar is my most profitable pair. And it's probably because it's the first one that I click on to every morning. Aussie dollar, alphabetically, it's there. So there's Aussie dollar. Right, let's see what we're seeing on that. Does anyone want to look at anything else? Just let me know if somebody wants to look at anything. I've only really started trading Bitcoin, gold, oil. I've just created a separate small account to trade these. So even if you want to look at them, quite happy to look at them. I'm still finding my feet around them. I find that the likes of gold, well, the position sizes need to be so small because they're so volatile, and you can get caught out really, really quickly. And I've already learned that lesson a little bit. Oh, I can annotate on other screens, but I can't annotate on the screen that is on. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't annotate. Right, so Aussie dollar, what's it doing? Sorry, I know that I'm digressing. Yeah, MGN is asking if I use Bollinger Bands. Yeah, those are Bollinger Bands with the 20 moving average just lacing through the middle. I think my Bollinger Bands have become a comfort blanket. I do use them. I use them without thinking. That's how long I've used Bollinger Bands. If I take them off the chart, I almost can't see what is happening. So I think I've just got so used to the Bollinger Band being on the chart that I do not like a chart without a Bollinger Band. Yeah, you can see it. I mean, you can see how these outer bands are your what do you call them? The degrees to which something can go far away from the mean. I can't remember what that's called off the top of my head, but you can see how as soon as it breaks through that upper or lower band, it does want to come down or go back in the opposite direction again. And you can see how when it hits the 20 moving average on the middle, that it wants to make up its mind. There's always a stall and a bounce and it can meander around the middle before it goes to the outer extremes again. And that's the key to my trading in general, is that mean reversion to the extremes and back again. That's why the price moves in the way it moves. I don't quite understand about supply, demand, support, resistance, and the reasons for the price moving. I don't care. I don't care why it moves. I just see what it does at the lines that are drawn on my chart, and use that to trade. So I do kind of switch off, to be honest, when I hear other traders talking about stop hunts and all these things like that. I just kind of say, well, it goes to the top line and it does that, it goes to the bottom line and it does that, in the middle it meanders. I don't care the reason, I just know that it does that, and I'll keep that in mind when I'm doing my trading. MGN's asking something else here. Used to have Bollinger Band squeeze and breakout strategy. Haven't used it in a while. I prefer my zero lag EMA bands. Now that's, yeah, because the Bollinger bands do squeeze. You can see it's fully opened up there because of that explosive move up. Where's a squeeze? I wish I could annotate to highlight things here. You can see it's squeezing in here. It was squeezing in before this move. You know, it's been out of this extreme here and it's squeezed in. Bear in mind this is a 4-hour chart, but it still works no matter what the it's all relative. I don't remember what you call that either. Memory blanks today. But you can see it's squeezing in here, and as it's squeezed, you've got the bands are starting to point towards each other, and when they open up like that, you know, and they're pointing out the way, you know that it's going to keep moving until it stops. Pretty much, and there it's turned in there. So you might have lost that if you wanted to stay in it based on a Bollinger Band strategy. And we have Hans Gunn the Butler, Gunther Butler. I almost misread that, but yo, morning muckers. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's have a look at the background music, because I'm not sure. I can't hear it, you see. So anything you're hearing or seeing that shouldn't be here or shouldn't be there, then let's have a look. Right, I'm still annotating, so let's stop annotating. It's like a juggling act there. Okay, so let's get I'll just turn that down to maybe about there. How's that sounding, Rich? How's it going, Rich? Will says. Good to have the team together. Yeah, I am honoured with the audience today. We've got our top team who are also streamers. We've got Will and Rich. So it's good to have such esteemed company this morning. That's sounding perfect. Good. Sounding perfect. Good. I know it's difficult to tell. I've got like equalizers, but I don't have. I'm not monitoring the sounds, so it's hard to tell. Right, so back to Aussie dollar. I keep going off on tangents. Have a quick drink of my coffee. It's amazing how talking for only 49 minutes. Oh no, this felt like it's been like 2 hours. I'm enjoying it though, and it's good to have everyone here. Do remember to like and subscribe. Do remember to get anyone you know to like and subscribe. Let's grow the channel. Let's double the number of subscribers in the next little while. Let's do it. I'll not set a target, which is going back to the small account. I don't have targets. I don't have daily targets. I don't have dollar targets. I'm satisfied that if I analyze my trades, find an asset to trade, dynamically assess how far it might go to my take profit, and dynamically assess how far it can go against me to my hard stop, and set that trade, and it's properly executed, then the profit will be what the profit will be. The size will be determined by that risk. So I don't set a target. The market gives me what it gives me. I just do my bit to make sure that's within reasonable enough parameters. I think as soon as you start chasing something, that's when it runs away from you. I saw something this week that said that, can't remember, it was a theory that the more you want something and the more that you drive for something, the harder it is to catch. The further it runs away from you, it just slips through your fingers, which is true. It's true. It's like things like Murphy's Law. It's like, how can it be true? But it is true. Right, as you can see, I've got my Apex Brotherhood mug. These may be available in the future for purchase by members, or give them out as prizes. Well, it'll be said what you said, Scott. Yeah, but no, maybe at some point in the future. So this is it's good. Okay, no prizes promised. We're going to have a look at Aussie dollar. Okay, Aussie dollar. What's it doing? Now, for me, as a percent to MGN, the Bollinger Bands, I don't see them, but I would be disturbed if they weren't there. So I'm looking at the Bollinger Bands, but just not conscious of it anymore. They're just there. So what I can see with Aussie dollar is it's above equilibrium. So between, or is it? Yeah, between, that's the high and the low of today. So it's at the equilibrium of, that must be the equilibrium of today's high and low. Well, there's the low, there's the high. Okay. So generally, if it's above the equilibrium, I would be trading longs, unless it's got to ADR, in which case I wouldn't be trading longs if it's already reached the ADR high of the day. So I use ADR as a, as a checkpoint. If it's checked that point, then I'm probably looking at shorts, but not necessarily. I still need to see what the strength and the momentum is. So with the Aussie today, I'll be looking at longs at the moment. Although there is this power move here that's happened yesterday with all the Iran US conflict news and the oil price changes. We can see that it will want to go back into that gap, which is below, so that would be a short, but it's still possible. This is not, none of these levels are hard barriers. It just depends what's happened. And there is no news, but I would anticipate it to still go higher today. However, what we can see here, if you can see that, yeah. So MACD, I use that a lot. Simple indicators. I'll just check this is correctly configured. Yeah. So my MACD is telling me it's reached a huge extreme here on the H4 out to here. I know that with the MACD, it's not necessarily amplitude, it's not necessarily a reflection of anything, but we can already see it is dropping. So that's telling me short. So I've gone against what I just said. I think there is. That's conflicting. It's telling me I'm above the equilibrium, but it's also telling me that this is short for today. This is short now, and I want to be aligned with my H4. I'm always aligned with my H4, so I will only short this. It's looking at an extreme, and when it's at an extreme, like here, not so much here, like here, not so much, a bit messy, but that is a clear cut short to me. So I would want to be aligned with that. I wouldn't do anything different. It's going down, but is it at the moment? That's the thing. It is going down. It might not necessarily go down right now. And the problem is, if you go with what you see in the H4, you can be stuck in a trade for 10 hours and then it does it, which is often the way my trading works out. I don't like to be a swing trader. Sometimes I turn into one though. So I can see Sam and Evan in the background ready to join in. I'll finish off with the Aussie dollar if that's all right, guys, and then I'll switch across to the other screen, which will allow you guys to jump on. It's 5 to 8 at the moment. Right. So we've got the 4 hour saying short. Let's just have a quick look at what the higher time frames are doing, because I do like that will establish the grade of the trade for me. So the daily's going up. You can see that, but it's stalled. I would be saying the Aussie dollar on the higher time frame of the daily is in the up direction. We've had a little bit of a retrace here. bear in mind this is like weeks plus worth of moves, and it's dangerously at the top of this push up. You know, all the volatility. If we're looking at the bollies, we can still see it's got quite a bit of distance to reach to start getting to these highs up here, and reaching the top of the bolly band. It's not yet. It may well retrace into the centre first. As we say, we always get a stickiness in the middle that often takes a little bit of time to push through. So likely to come back into this fair value gap here. Not an ICT trader, but I like fair value gaps. A lot of them, if they line up with other stuff, are quite well respected. Weekly we can see it's reaching a top and turning, ready to head down again, but we've had that push on the daily that's given us this big candle here on the weekly. So we're saying it's turning on the weekly. I'll not bother with the monthly just now, not so important. But so turning down on the weekly, it's possibly resisting in the middle on the daily, just kind of ready to range if you can range on a daily. The 4 hours definitely turning and wanting to head down, so we're short. That's the trade that we're looking for, a short. And it would be a C trade, I would say, because we're going against a C or a B. We're kind of with the weekly, and we're the daily's maybe neutral, but up. So we're against it. So I would say a C trade probably. What's the hourly doing? Hourly is hitting that middle point on the MACD. It's already taken its short, so we're maybe too late to the party here, but it's still likely to come down into this fair value gap in that hour. So still happy with the short, but again, it's going to take a little bit to get through this equilibrium level here. So I would want it to break through that into here before I was happy with my short trade. On the 15 minutes, again, yeah, it is wanting to come into this, fill up this huge big box here on the Aussie dollar. But again, it might go up to here first before it goes lower. What's the MACD doing here? Yeah, it's kind of meandering in the middle. Looks like it's ready to turn to the upside in the short term. Our strengths, yeah, Aussie's wanting to go up and dollar's coming down just as we come into the 8 o'clock bell for the London opening approaching. Yeah, so it looks like it wants to go up first, but I would maybe want to get in short if it gets up to here and add into the position if it gets down below these lows here. That's what I would want to do. So if you're just joining us, Huan Ying, Kush Amadid, Dobro Poshalavat, Vitami, Benvenido, Sagat, Marhaba, Bienvenu, Willkommen, Irashaimase, Laskavo Prosimo, welcome, wherever you are in the world. It's good to have you here today. Welcome to the Apex Brotherhood live stream. Remember to like and subscribe. We are on Thursday, the 9th of April, 2026. It's good to have you all here. Let's see if we can get Evan and Sam on. There we go. And I'll switch over. Oh, can I switch over to Scott's screen? There we go.
Hello, boys.
Hi, Sam. Good to see you.
Morning,
Good
buddy.
to see
Whoever
you.
did that,
Scott.
cheers for getting rid of that screen.
Morning, Evan.
Morning, you alright?
Not bad.
How
Not
did you
bad.
fi-
I don't know if one of you guys is able to put the music on in the background. I don't know if you can still hear my music.
No, not that I can. No, not now anyway. I was going to say,
Yep.
well done today, bud. It was good watching you. I've been watching you from the beginning.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated, Evan. Yeah, that was a tough hour, I've got to say. It was. I can feel it in my throat. I don't think I'm used to talking for so long. I'm a man of few words normally.
Yeah, I bet.
Maybe
I
not.
bet.
Maybe not.
Right, we've had another.
All right then.
We've had another interval, so it's London Open now. We've still got Scott with us. Hopefully he'll hang around for a little bit longer.
I can do it.
I've got to load up my screens because I saw that you had yours up. While I do that, Sam, do you want to introduce yourself and flash up your screen if you haven't done it already?
All right, so we are open here at the London Bell, and we'll start with the market analysis of gold, NAS, DAX, Euro USD, and GU. And if there are any other pairs that you are interested in, comment them down, and we'll also look at them. So gold has been continuing its downtrend and consolidating from majority of today, and it has been about 12 hours of consolidation in this range. I am looking for it to break somehow. Then I will be able to take out a breakout trade. If not, I think I'll drop down to the lower time frames and try to take a trade in either the top or the bottom of the range uh, to get a trade from there. NAS has a better price action yesterday. It performed well. And yeah, like in terms of tradability, it was clean and smooth, unlike a few days earlier. And DAX should start seeing some volume in as it does. As in the London session, I'm seeing that it is trying to pump up and fall down. Yes, I think I'll go long sometime soon on DAX. And on Euro USD, the price action has been quite slow, just like gold. But I think we might just as well break out soon to the upside. My bias on Euro USD is I'm not quite sure about my bias on Euro USD. I'm not a great trader on the forex pairs. And similarly on GU, as GU and EU are correlated, I don't think that the movement will be quite different from each other. And on the pair which I most like on gold, I have dropped down to the lower time frames of 1 minute, and I'll be trading the 1 minute too, and find a good trade for all of you in the stream today, maybe. But if you were to look at the higher time frames, we had a pop higher yesterday night, and then we started dropping down. I think that this is as far as it goes, and it will start going higher soon.
Do you think that that's going to go higher, Sam, or do you think it's a drop-based drop?
Yeah, I think gold is gonna go higher. I think gold is gonna go higher.
Are you going to wait until you get out of that range before you take a trade, or?
I am thinking of two things. If you see the range is quite prevalent, and looking at the London session from the past few days, I think today also might be a chop shop. So just if we we come at the top or bottom of the ranges and they start rejecting from there, I will take a short if it comes to the top, and I'll go long if it comes to the bottom. But if we see enough momentum go and break off the range, then I'll follow the trend.
Awesome, that's always the best thing to do. Right, Scott, bones to pick with you, mate. Which oil which oil recession was I prone to knowing about?
Were you listening?
Oh, I was.
Oh yeah, the Iran oil crisis of the 1970s.
I caused it.
Yeah, I think this is history repeats itself, and certainly the conflict I think between Iran and the US has been going on since then effectively, and it's all about the oil, isn't it? So it was oil then, it's oil now.
Yeah, I mean, we was talking about it yesterday. I've sort of, I know the markets are ruled by politics, but I mean, talking politics is it's kind of risky on both sides, really. But the markets are ruled by politics. Just try and not let sort of my personal opinions affect the decisions that I'm making, and just let the market tell me what it's going to do. But yeah. Now I've been weird since the start there, Scott. I'm just going to throw up my screen if I can. Why does that keep doing that? So how do I get my screen up? Because Sam seems to, yeah, exactly.
It's up now.
Sam seems to know how to do it, but I ain't got the hang of it yet. So yeah, my bot took a trade while you was live. It took a trade before then, actually. So that's what it throws up, and I left it on. So it throws its own risk to reward box up. So as I was explaining yesterday, it throws its own risk to reward box up. I've set the pip value to 5 pips, which it's 6 pips, but it's got 10 to play with. And the stop loss was bang on 2 pips. So the stop loss was up here.
Wow.
But as price moves towards TP1, which was fixed to, it reduces my risk overall, just in case there's a loss. Like, pretty much like I've just took there. That was 60. I've got to zoom in. I'm on the wrong screen. 69p. So it keeps a track of whether it's a sell or a buy. It knows whether it's an open trade or a closed trade. It keeps a track on the live R rating. So when it gets to R1, R2, it actually tells you that you're at R1, R2. I actually set all 4 TPs, which was typical, Scott, because as soon as you finished and we started joining, Euro USD just rallied and took me out of that trade with like seconds to go before we've actually just joined. So like TP1 was here, TP2 was here, TP3 was here, and TP4 was down here, which it's all marked out at. It may get into another trade, but as you can see since yesterday, I've added an EMA. That's only for Confluence on further trades, whether it's long or short. So now it's got to be a rejection from the support level. If it gets the rejection from the support level, it still has to pass the second bias, which is below the EMA. So I'm trying to work out now, by actually leaving it to take a few trades, whether this is going to be a bottom because the EMA is kind of flat. So it might have been a good opportunity for a restriction on any sells if it's going to sort of turn into buys. And because the bot doesn't actually print an EMA that actually retraces through time, it only starts so many bars backwards. So that don't give you an idea. I could throw one up just for the visuals like I have been doing, but I wanted to just use what the bot displays. So now if this is a rejection, and the rejection candle actually comes below this EMA, it will actually open another trade, but it has to now be underneath the EMA before it takes a trade. But it's easy on support and resistance. I did hear what you said on about support and resistance. Support and resistance is it's kind of easy if you get the right levels. Of course, you've got to get the right levels for it to display the right prices. But once you work out where the support and resistance is, that's all you need to know. I mean, yeah, I've got
Yeah,
EMAs and I've got all sorts of other different confluences going on behind the scenes, but they're not really needed. If you're manual trading, all you need is to watch when it comes up to an area of support and resistance, see how many times previous, like here, that it's hit it and rejected, and then just wait to see if it actually plows through it or respects that area again, and on obviously a rejection, join the trade. Like you know yourself, no trade, even though it's rejecting again, no trade is 100%. Otherwise, we'd all have an 100% track record and we'd all be rich. But this actually does seem to be a lower high forming. All right, it's got a higher low, but this is a lower high forming. So if this actually closes below this EMA, you'll actually see it actually open a trade again, because it's in the zone allowed for it to actually take a zone trade, plus the buffer that I've give it all together, which is 10 pips, and I'm on the 5 minutes, so it's got plenty of room. It's got plenty of room to move, but the price has to prove itself first before it'll actually take a trade. But that's how far I've got over the bot, and I did that last night.
that's impressive stuff, Evan. It's although the stops of 5-10 pips is miles away from my trade, and that sounds too scary for me. But it's there's obviously a framework for you doing that. You know, you're testing it out, and it's what it requires.
Yeah, yeah, I'm trying to sort of minimize risk on what I'm actually trading, which I'm not trading much. It's only it's 30p a pip at the minute, which is the max trade I can take on this. As you can see, yesterday I had 153. During the night, it sort of won one and then lost one, but it lost one at full TP. Took the trade, turned around, and went straight to stop loss. So this is what sort of made me introduce the second confluence, which was the EMA. So by rights, if it's below the EMA, we're shorting. If it's above the EMA, we're taking longs. So if it came down here now and then reversed from this demand zone, unfortunately, the way that I've got it now, it won't actually take that trade. It'll only take shorts from below and longs from above. So the regime of the price action does actually have to change now before the bot will start taking trades, which I'm hoping in the long run of running the bot by itself, it's an extra confirmation of better trades, to be honest with you. Instead of just taking that one short, that one long, then it fails, and then taking that one short, and then that one long, and then that one fails. Do you know what I mean? And just playing it by risk, which is just opening it up to risk alone. It is on these time frames anyway, because the support and resistance levels on the 5 minute, the 4 minute, especially the 1 minute, they don't actually mean anything to me anyway, because they're so easily breached. But I mean, if we're going to the 4 hour, the daily, and the weekly, you've got a long time to wait in between trades. But once it rejects from an area on the weekly or the daily, you're probably going to be a little bit more confident in taking that trade than you are on the 5 minutes, taking it from a support and resistance type of zone, because that's how they play out. I'll just zoom out so you can see. So that's how they play out as it's building up. So if you allowed this bot to pyramid, no, it would only pyramid now being above the EMA. So this would be the EMA coming on underneath price here. So we're only taking longs. And it'd have to be on a retest and rejection like I was talking to in the Welsh trades the other day when he asked if it was rejection, and I was like, I was gonna say no, and I'm like, yeah, no, actually, I've built it on rejection, but it'd have to be a rejection, which that never got. That never got. I'm not sure whether that would have printed to say that that one would have had one, but if we do actually zoom into it, it probably didn't. This probably didn't, but it has to have, like you see in there on this one. It was spawned here, and then obviously goes off as far as price, and it will keep expanding as long as price don't break it. And this was a valid rejection, which I actually traded. You can't see it like this because I've already restarted the bot. So that was a valid rejection because I had it within 10 pips of total allowance, and that was only 5.3 pips. So that triggered a sell. I think that it got to TP1 and then got took out by the trailing stop. The risk reward box, as you can see when I said it was up here, it reduces risk along with the trailing stop, and then it will actually hit break even, and it will sort of theoretically disappear. It won't be there anymore. There'll be no red, it'll be pure green. And then now you can see that I'm not in a trade, but the box is frozen with the cash amount won or lost, the R value that it won or lost at, the stake value or the lot size if you're trading lots that it took the trade on, and whether the trade is obviously now still open or closed. But I've got the bot to actually keep these boxes up with it, unless I turn it off and turn it back on again. Them boxes will stay there for the rest of the day. So I can actually look back over the day's price action, see how many trades I actually took, see what areas it got took in, whether there was long or whether there was short, what R rating and price value that I either won or lost at too. So at the end of the day, when you're doing your day's journaling, shall we say, it's just pure visuals on the chart, and your answers are all wrapped up, locked in the boxes. But you've got to actually leave the bot running. If I was to restart it, take it off and restart it now, everything would probably start from scratch, because I hadn't give it the rebuild memory yet from anything else. And by the looks of this candle, it's not going to take that trade, which I'm kind of happy about because it's kind of getting a bit big.
So would the trade be taken, Evan, if that candle closes in the green zone there?
Yeah, you can forget the green zone now because that was the last trade. The
Oh,
bot
right, okay, so that's...
the bot doesn't actually sort of reduce it like I would manually, like you probably do on TradingView, where you get little buttons here and you can stretch it or you can shorten it. You can like risk to reward and move it. I've got no control over this bot. I can click it as many times as I want. I cannot do nothing with that box now. That's there visually printed, and it's going to be set there in time until either I restart the bot or the actual bot at the end of the day wipes it and starts again. But yeah, up until then, if I actually took another trade, if this was a valid trade, then boxes would overlap. Like I said, it's still in development, and I need to get the programming so when it actually does get exited, it actually shrinks it sideways to the moment I got took out. The price is down here, which sometimes is unreadable because of the and I'm doing that so you can actually read it, which I'm going to get that printed like it does normally across the middle. But for now, I'm not really bothered about how it looks. I'm more bothered about how it works. For now.
Well, in the
So,
meantime, I took a trade on gold, and it was quick to a 1-to-1, slightly pulling back now.
That looks awesome, that for a
Like
trade.
like I said earlier, yeah, like I said earlier, I was expecting there to be more range continued in the London session. So as soon as I saw a rejection of this candle, I entered in for a short, aiming for the lows again. I might just as well exit if I see another like price starting to reject at the bottom. Yeah. Right now it is at a perfect 1:1. And Unbiased Trader has requested us to do our analysis on GBP, JPY, DAX, and NDX. So GBP, JPY, DAX, and NDX. Yeah.
While you're just looking
So
at that, can I pick your brains about that gold trade? Was that a 1 to 2 risk to reward?
yeah, this is a 1 to 2 risk to reward. It was taken based on the range that it is bouncing around in. So as soon as I saw a rejection at the top of the range, I took a trade. I was looking at the 5 minutes and the 1 minute primarily.
Seen that trade, Scott, man? He's got no drawdown on that.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was quite pleasant to see no drawdown. The past 2 days, I did not catch a good trade. So catching a winner today might actually help my confidence a bit.
No, that's it. When you flashed that up and I saw that and I was like, you entered there, and I was like, well, you've got no drawdown. I was like, that's very impressive. That's awesome. That's awesome. That
Pinpoint,
yeah.
pinpoint
Thank you,
perfection of
thank you,
execution. Nice.
thank you. So as unbiased trader requested on DAX, uh, I see the DAX has opened with a short with a candle with a bearish candle. So as Tom Hugard says it, if the opening candle of indices are quite important, so based on that philosophy, I think we'll be going lower. And also, if you look at higher time frames, there's a huge gap. There's a huge gap. So usually gaps in indices get filled within 72 hours. So I'm expecting this gap to be filled, and at least to the 50% of the gap. So it is not quite wrong to think if we see a short-term retracement and then back to the upwards. So currently, for a few hours at least, my bias is towards shorts on DAX. Uh, to add to the confluence, and so the price rejected right over here from this area. T- so I think that based on the reaction of price, wait a minute, yeah, based on the reaction of the price, we can see an intermediate bearish move, and based on how it reacts to the bottom of this range, it will decide the markets will decide whether they want to go shorter or higher. And GBP, JPY. Does anybody want to take up GBP, JPY? I'm
Yeah,
not that
yeah.
well in that.
I'm happy to do that, Sam. Will I just add my screen to the scene?
It's on now.
Oh, that's me now. Okay, so with GJ, the first thing I would look at would
Yeah.
be the 4 hour chart. Again, my timescales of trading are probably a little bit longer than you guys, I think. So what I'm looking at here, first of all, I can see it's come out the top of the volley. It's retraced back in here. It's still looking to go up, although the volley's turning in at the bottom, which may mean that the up move's finished. Looking at the 4 hour MACD, as we can see there, we've got the crossover here indicating that I'll be only looking for shorts on this trade because I always like to align my trades with the 4 hour time frame. I can see it's above the equilibrium here and it's heading for R1. It's already reached R1. I do use support and resistance, Evan, but more like the traditional pivot points of support and resistance, and more as a guide. and they're relatively good targets as well. So, and I can see the ADR high is up here. So I'll be looking for shorts, but is it short in the moment is the question. Looking at the H1, I can see it's kind of meandering on the MACD. It's turning again, and it's turning up. So it is going long in the moment on this. The RSI is also telling me it's going long in the hourly moment. It's probably heading back for that R1, to be honest. So I would be, if I'm trading just now, it is looking long, but I would be going against my 4-hour bias. I'd be expecting it to turn and go down, but that will be maybe later in the day. So in the moment, it's looking like it's a nice 25 pip to the upside to a nice target at R1 there. Would be roughly what I'm looking for. Let's have a look just on the lower time frame for our entry. So we're on the M15 time frame now, 15 minutes. So again, it's kind of ranging, isn't it? Kind of.
Yeah, NAS tends to. Is this NAS?
This is GJ.
GJ. Okay.
GJ. Sorry, has that been gone over already? Am I just duplicating?
No, no,
It's
I
good.
thought you. I thought the chart changed a bit. Maybe it was just the time frame.
Yeah, just the time frame. I don't trade indices at the moment. I have dabbled in the past, but I don't look at them at all. But
Yeah.
this looks like it's topping out here on the 15-minute. It looks like it wants to go short. I would probably wait to see till it reaches this fair value gap here. I think it'll go short to that fair value gap. That would be my entry to go long against the trend. So it would be a C trade on my H4. I'm not going to take that because I want to wait till it reaches R1 and then short it from there so that I'm aligning with my H4. But yeah, it looks to me like it's going to retrace to round about this fair value gap out the bottom of the volley, possibly look to get an entry there and then take it up to the R1. Potential for maybe 40 pips to the long side if we're aligning or hour. That's my read of it. Let's see what happens. Don't know if
Are you actually
guys.
looking to take that trade, Scott?
No, I'll not take it because I mean, to be honest, I'll look at my strengths as well. Looking at my strengths, it looks like pounds down in the moment, quite strongly. You know, out of all the majors, it's the pound that's dropping, but this might just be it's a dangerous time at this London Open. That's often when the fake out happens. So it's been strongly down the last half hour. You know, like pretty strong. Aussie dollar's looking quite strongly down as well. But again, it could just be the London Open, and we'll find that reverses again 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it goes it does the long move that I'm talking about. So yeah, that kind of does agree that it might come down those, 15, 12 pips. Some people might want to take that trade, and then reverse to the long side. That would be what I think it's going to do. But I'm not going to take it because it doesn't really fit it doesn't fit with my 4-hour strategy, which would be to wait till everything lines up for the short.
Yeah, you
on
mentioned
that.
your 4-hour strategy. Is that the actual time frame that you prefer taking it?
No, it just gives me the signal. That's this cross in the MACD here is my sort of holy grail. Once that confirms to me that it's switching direction to the downside, which that is at the moment. We've got a little bit of green here, which would keep me out just now. But yeah, that's kind of my signal to look for shorts. But none of what I'm seeing on the lower time frames is saying it's short yet. It looks like it's still long in the hour before it's it's going to turn short again. So it's probably wanting to go for that R1, but it won't be shorts for today on that for me. It'll just be I would sometimes dip my toe in the water with a long, which when it then goes against me, that's when I know that it's time to take my short. You know, sometimes I'll take a tiny little trade, and if it goes against me, I'm like, all right, I was right. I'll take my actual bias rather than
Yeah,
I'll take a trade against my bias in order to confirm what I want to do. You know, but
yeah, you're true by it.
not a damaging trade, but it's good. It helps you see it if you do it that way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Talking
I
about
remember.
taking a trade against the bias, I exited at a 1-to-1 after seeing a good green candle on gold, and I switched my position to a long right now because I still believe we are gonna range in the same area. So possibly there's a chance that we might just go up over here. So I'm in a long. Right now the trade is in a small drawdown of $16. Let's see what happens. If I give away my profit back again to the market, or I extend it further. Yeah. I have come to the realization that my main strategy, which I use the EMAs for, they work really well in trending markets. But when there are no trending markets, I'm either stuck with no trades or I take very bad trades. So whenever there's a ranging market, I prefer if I want to take a trade, if I want to make money from ranging markets, then I'll try to use this basic supply and demand of top and bottom of the range and try to exploit the range to make some good profit for myself.
Yeah, no, I think we're all the same on that. I think Scott will agree. Ranging markets is definitely where you get chopped up. I just want to say good morning
Yeah.
to Poley as well. He's just joined us, so we'll be looking
Good
forward
morning,
Morning.
to
Puli.
more chats from Poley. But yeah, no, I think everyone's the same there, Sam. Some of the bots that I'm doing are some of the trading systems that I do actually use. And back testing during, let's say, movement in the market, yeah, they perform real great. And then exactly where you said, when it starts ranging, is where even the bots and my strategy just gets chopped up.
Yeah. Ranging markets are quite difficult for you to and when you are when your strategy and the way you look at the market is primarily based on trending markets. Ranging markets quite often put you in a confusion because you are clearly seeing an uptrend. You have clearly seen some change in character, but as soon as it is just at the very top of the range and you're expecting it to break out, it starts reversing again. And you might just as well think that it is just a small retracement, but it does not happen so. So in ranging markets, people often take the wrong trade both the times, even at the top and at the bottom, and they never turn to make a profit in the range. I myself I myself have lost multiple accounts trading the ranging markets with the wrong strategy. When you use a trending a strategy which works well on trending markets and apply it in a ranging market, there is no way that you're making profit from that. You lose a lot. You lose on both sells and buys, and never a good experience.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you, Sam. I'm laughing at chat. Gonna
It's
have to
fine.
think.
It's fine.
I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to.
I saw it.
Come poker
We
night,
can't pull that
mate.
up.
Come
We can't
poker
pull that
night,
up.
mate. You've had it on Friday. I can hear him laughing from here. I swear. Come poker night, mate. You've had it on Friday.
And another thing that I've done is instead of going for a 1 to 2, I went for a 1 to 1.25 because in a ranging market, it is not really healthy for me to expect getting one to twos that often.
Yeah. Uh, uh, do you know for the last since Monday I was kind of nervous, and I swear down until I read that comment, mate, I have not sweated so much. I have just I'm even laughing, but jeez, Polly, mate, you've just made me sweat, man. That was fun. I was trying not to laugh when that come up. Damn. Oh
Yeah,
shit, mate.
I
Got off in here fast.
the scary thing is I can see exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah. Like,
Speak,
fully
speak,
man, what are you talking about?
speak for yourself. Uh,
Right.
So did we cover
It
everything
does.
that
It does.
Unbiased was looking for? He was looking
Yeah.
for GJ, DAX, and NDX. NDX, is that Nasdaq futures? Is it
Yeah, it is
NDX?
Nasdaq. Yeah, it is Nasdaq.
Nasdaq.
Yeah, he says that he's planning to replace his NDA and Nasdaq 6 a.m. strategy with a GJ 7 a.m. Try to capture the Asian continuation. And I think he's right to think that because Nas does not really move in the London session much. And I apart from Richard Butler, who somehow finds a direction in the London session, it is quite difficult for me to analyze how the market moves in a London session. I only see NAS to like have a choppy range in London session, so I'm not a big fan of it. Yeah, I prefer Nasdaq a lot more in the New York session where it moves quite much and there is a good opportunity that you might as well to make a lot in the New York session because if you get the direction right in the New York session on indices like Nasdaq, it tends to go in the same direction for the rest of the session. So you can leave an open target out and make a lot more money than what you expect to make. Like even if you see yesterday's London session market, New York market, once it started to go down, once it started to show some bearish momentum, the whole of majority of New York session it went down. Majority of the New York session continued its bearish momentum. So I think some indices like this can have that. um can allow us to have an upper, like an open limit to your take profit, but it also depends on how well your psychology works and how well are you in handling pullbacks.
did you actually add on to that trade, Sam?
Uh, no, I reversed the trade. So that went to the full TP of $125.
Okay.
So I reversed the trade over here, right about here. Not sure about this exact price. I took a bit of drawdown. But yeah, it was all fine at the end. Yeah, something like this. If we can see a good engulfing candle over here, I might as well reverse the direction again and exploit the range more.
Is that what you'd normally do, Sam? Would you take a trade and then when you see it coming back up, would you chase it back up again? Because to be honest with you, I've
Not
done exactly.
really.
No, right, okay.
Not really. Ranging markets have not been my thing, but I see a lot of trader interviews from prop firms, and I analyze how their psychology works and what their strategy is. And there was one particular trader interview where he only traded ranging markets. He only traded ranging markets, and he shorted at the top of the range and longed at the bottom of the range. I thought this is something that I can implement in my trading as well, apart from my main strategy, which I use in trending markets, because the strategy is fairly simple. and he has had a good track record with it. So, and I have had a very bad experience with ranging markets. So, whenever I see a ranging market and I want to trade that day, I prefer to switch my strategy to this one so that I can make some bucks whenever the markets are ranging, which is quite often more nowadays.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, that's pretty much like the area that I'm in at the minute now, with it ranging from top to bottom, which is actually just basically support and resistance, but actually just in ranges, not in like the bigger picture of the actual direction of the trend. But yeah, no, once you
Yeah,
start
yeah.
hitting a little bottleneck like that and it starts bouncing, you can actually get some decent trades out of it if the bounces are enough.
Consistent.
Yeah, well, it doesn't need to be consistent. It just needs to stay within that range.
Yeah, true. And
But yeah,
I'm short again.
right, okay, you've had,
Yeah, give me a moment. I'll set
Scott,
it up.
how
Yeah.
far are you getting on with this challenge between us then, Scott?
I
What's your
had
100?
I had a little bit of a setback last night. Yes, sorry, the last couple of days. I found I'm taking trades when I'm working and I'm leaving them to run, and I went short on, I think it was New Zealand Kiwi dollar on Tuesday, and it went against me to a full stop. So, and then yesterday, I I traded everything yesterday. I was in every dollar pair. Everything was lined up for me to trade every dollar pair, just on small size,
Yeah,
and I
sure.
took one trade in each. I took New Zealand, Aussie, Euro, not Swissy. I missed out Swissy, UJ, EU, GU. Took them all, and they all went not to profit. I came out early as things progressed throughout the day. They weren't reaching profit, and they were all in profit. So I made I took an 11% loss over Tuesday and Wednesday, just with the hard stop on the Kiwi on Tuesday. So I'm back to 80% profit. So I'm sitting at £180.52 over
I knew you were
24
doing better than
trading.
me.
That's over
Lovely.
24 trading days. I was saying to the guys this morning before you joined the stream, my plan. In fact, I can bring up the progress of it. I think maybe.
Yeah.
Will that? No,
Uh,
no. My my,
Talking
my,
about
my screen.
taking trades at work, about a year ago or so, I was trading while studying in my college. The lecturer was talking something, she was explaining the subject, and I'm like, okay, 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 we are short gold. Come on, let the price drop. I was constantly looking at my phone, monitoring the trade, and luckily that particular trade went into profit, and I exited it early. I exited it at a 1 to 1, and that trade went to a 1 to 4, and that really hurt my feelings. I'm like, come on, only if I held the trade. That stupid lecturer, why did he have to speak so much? And after that, it messed up my psychology quite a bit. So I really never took trades while I was in college ever again. And yeah,
Yeah,
if I, yeah, because you can't monitor them properly, it's always running in your head, and you can't focus on the work also. Never a good idea. What do you think, Scott?
yeah. I think it's definitely difficult to divide your attention and give your full focus to something. I know some people do like set and forget trades, but I think they need to
Yeah,
be
I think
a
people
different
who
part of
are
your
set and
strategy.
forget traders, I think they can manage it well. But for us who like to monitor our trade, it does not work that well, does it?
Yeah, I think you need to have a consistent track record, something that you can look at and say, okay, for the last 6 months, I have carried out these trades, and from my entry point, it only ever went so far against me. You know, you look at the data and what the data tells you. If it only, you know, if the worst that happened was it went 50 pips against you before it went for you in your successful trades, then you can be confident in your stop, confident in your win rate, confident in your risk reward ratio if that's what you use, and then you can say, okay, I know there's an 80% chance that this will work out in the way I want it to work out, and if it doesn't
Yeah.
work out, who cares? Because it's only putting me back one step out of 5 steps forward. You know, if you can say that with confidence, then but that comes from track record. That comes from time in the markets. If you're just starting out, it's a dangerous game, and if you've not established that track record and don't have it proven and there and true and written down, then you've got to say, well, yeah, keep an eye on things. Just watch what's happening and manage it. You know, part of
Yeah.
my strategy is management. If I can see it goes against me, then I won't just close it. I'll manage out it. You know, it's not a case of right, I need out. I'm like, what's the best place to get out? And I look for a point where it can retrace to a better loss than a worse loss, if you know what I mean.
Understandably. I
You
understood. I
know, I
understood.
think I think I was
So,
saying this
so
morning, Evan, before you joined me, that I was looking to start. I'm going to open this Vantage Markets account, and I'm going to start it again for the purposes of sharing on the stream. I'll use. I think I'm quite confident that I'll have £100 profit out of the original 100 to 1,000, and I can then use that £100 to fund the Vantage account, which means I'm sitting break even from the start, in effect. But £100 is it's not within everyone's means, but I think it's the way to go. If you've done a little bit of demo trading, you're confident in how
Yeah.
to take trades, then you don't want to risk £100 if you can't afford to lose £100, as that is the risk. But I think £100 is a good starting point before you put more money in, because until you've got that track record, putting more money than that is probably not going to end well.
no, so what
Yeah.
you're telling me,
Makes
Scott, we're
sense.
starting this challenge again.
Yeah, I may well keep the original one running, just between me and you. But I think
I'm the same place as you now, Scott. So if you're starting again, I'll start again, and we'll both do it at Vantage.
yeah, that would be good. That would be good, and hopefully, guys on the stream, anyone who's listening, if you want to join the challenge, uh, do join the Brotherhood Discord first. Come along with us on the journey. It's a great bunch of guys in there.
Yeah.
There's more to it than just this challenge. There's a lot of social interaction, banter, and seeing how other people trade. There's always benefits to that. Everyone's going through a journey, and there's people at all
The
different
link's in the
stages. And there's
description, and the Discord offers you timely reminders of high impact and medium impact news. You get to talk with us. Even is there who is a personal trainer, so he gets your fitness sorted out. We can help you in setting up your trading psychology and and helping you out on the basics of trading. It's a good community. People encourage each other. We have friendly challenges. There's only upside of signing in for the Discord. So hope you join us in the Discord. The link's in the description. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Talking about that, let's catch up with the chat for a moment. Unbiased Trader says, don't you guys find trading 1 minute time frame for commission-based assets like FX inefficient? I personally, it is one of the reasons I am not that great in trading forex pairs because when I take a trade and I scalp a lot, so the commissions hit me hard. Even if I am barely turning up profit, the commissions eat a lot of it. So I have personally not been a fan of forex pairs as much as dollars or dollar pair or indices. Yeah, especially if your RR is low, they tend to eat a lot. And if your account size is also small, maybe a 5K or 10K, they also tend to eat a lot of your balance or profit. What are your opinions on that?
I was just reading the
Yeah,
Discord. I was reading the
personally,
Discord in there. Well, Will's just said we're all in the Discord later for an open mic. So if you want to join, anyone that's watching that's not in the Discord, jump in the Discord and you can join in on all the stuff that's going on in there. I think me, Scott, and Sam at times will be live trading in the Discord as well. While we're not
Yeah.
actually live trading on YouTube
And
or
there is
broadcast.
also poker nights on Friday. Yeah,
Yes,
poker nights are fun.
one of my
yeah.
favourite
That's the
things.
end of week relax.
Yeah, wind up.
I'm going to miss this week, guys. I'm off on holiday. I'm down to your part of the country, Evan.
I know.
Well, in
Yeah,
relation to me,
Wonderful.
you're going straight past me, mate.
I'm going straight past you. I did have a look, and it would be like a 3 hour round trip to come and visit you and say hello.
Yeah. I thought if you was a little bit closer, if you'd have gone to Scarborough Brid or something like that, I'd have come and seen you for an hour or two.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't actually look and see where Skegness was on the map until
It's,
until after I'd booked it. I thought it was a good value, 3 nights in
yeah,
a caravan, and it was good value. So I thought, right, we'll just do that. And then I looked, I was like, wow, 6.5 hours drive, and that's not including the stops. I've got an electric car, so there'll be slightly longer stops for. Well, we'll need to stop anyway for coffee and food. So
yeah.
keep
Yeah,
keep
no.
going.
When I heard you say that, I was like, "Oh, you're in," and then I realised you said where you said, and I was like, "That's miles away. It's miles away from here too."
Feels
And
like
I'm
the
like,
same bit of the country to me when I stay way up in the north.
"Yeah, yeah. We'll have to plan
But
some. Seeing as though we're that close,
yeah,
we'll have to plan something. We'll meet up one weekend or something in Scarborough,
yeah,
either
definitely. We'll
Scar-
get a.
either Scarborough or Whitby. I mean, that's closer to you, isn't it?
Whitby's closer, yeah. What about you, Sam? Are either of these handy for you?
I was going to say he
You're a
lives
little bit
nowhere
further.
near Whitby.
Yeah, you're a little bit further away, but you're are welcome.
I'm on the other side. I can't join you guys anytime soon, but I'll be looking forward to once. I think I should, if I get into the university I want, I think I should be somewhere around London. So at that point of time, maybe we can catch up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've
That's
got to
one
say,
for you, Scott.
yeah, yeah, I've heard all the electric car dissing before, but no, it's not too bad actually. When you get a fast charger, you're only talking half an hour to get you back up to enough to continue your journey for another couple of hours, and it is quite good to be able to relax and go for a coffee and take the time rather than feel like you're under pressure. If you build it into your journey when you're on an electric vehicle, it's fine, and it's good, and it's cheaper at the moment. Fuel prices are through the roof, along with the oil price volatility. So, my fixed rate electricity on my home charger is not had any. It's not had any effect on my outgoing. So, it's been a saver.
You touched on that point earlier when you was live, saying that I did oil and stuff. Obviously, which I did and sort of still do, but not as much as I used to. Where I go and the people that I was talking to just before, well, it was just as this was all kicking off. I was saying to people, "You better fill your car up soon, mate, because prices are gonna go sky high." And I'd already filled mine, and I mean, I literally went out and I filled it because I knew it was coming. And I'm telling people, they're looking at me like crazy. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
seriously, go fill your tank now, otherwise you're gonna regret it later on. And then like weeks went by, and it's like everyone's now talking about the price of fuel, and I'm like sat there on 3/4 of a tank, and I'm like, yeah, well, I got mine cheaper. But I mean, what can you
Yeah,
do?
I know.
It's
I
probably
know a
going to
couple
last
of
a little
people
bit
who've
longer
got.
than what it is doing.
Yeah, I know a couple of guys that have got heating oil as their primary source of heating their homes, and I was saying to them at the start, of this, I call you the oil baron because that's my first memory of you is your oil trading.
Yeah.
It's but I did say to them, the price will go up and it'll probably hold higher for a long time, and it probably will still.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and it's
don't
going
think
to get
the
worse in the coming weeks because oil tends to have a delay in how markets are affecting it, especially with the Strait of Hormuz situation. The oil that has been running around in the sea has started to come to an end. So then there will be very less oil that is available to the countries in coming times as the Strait of Hormuz is still under, it is blocked by Iran.
yeah, the
Unbiased
ceasefire.
Trader is asking, yeah, Unbiased Trader was asking me which uni was planning to. So I'm looking for a few in Europe. LBS is one, LSE is one that I'm looking. INSEAD and HEC Paris are other two. I was looking for a course in uh, finance or management. That is something that I'm looking to.
Nice.
Will
Come
Will is
to.
asking,
There's a good.
uh,
There's a good
Scott,
university near me, Sam. That's
yeah,
does a finance degree, and it's got CFA accreditation as well, where you can.
right,
It's
yeah.
it's good, and lots of Indian students as well in the area. There's a small community of Indian students that live near. It's good. I'll give
I'll
you some details.
Yeah, sure, in the Discord. Uh, and Will is asking you, Scott, why don't you get yourself a real car?
Yeah, I mean, funnily enough, I was in my Facebook feed. There was something came up during the week, and it was a Lamborghini. I think I was getting ahead of myself with my trading prowess, and the Lamborghini do now an electric vehicle, but there was
Yeah, they do.
yeah, there was an issue where they're only manufacturing so many per year. So at the moment, there's no further vehicles available for 2026. So the used market is the way to go if you want an electric Lamborghini. Maybe one day.
Sure. We'll all get there. We'll all get there, don't won't we? And I'm stopped out for a slight profit of $5 on this trade. And I thought we would come back down since it was only a few pips away from my TP, but yeah, it happens. On to the next.
Is that paper account, or
But
are you trading for real there, Sam?
it is still a paper account. It's still a paper account.
I'm gonna say you've done almost well with them two trades,
Yes,
especially on drawdown.
yes. I was thinking to exit this also, but I'm like, maybe I'll hold it out and see what happens. And it went straight back to the break even. In fact, I took the stop loss to break even, thinking that there's a possibility of it retracing back.
Yeah,
But I do think electric cars are the future, maybe. I do think that they'll slowly start gaining popularity, given all the big brands also have started coming into the electric market. Like Ferrari, I think also has a new electric coming out or something.
yeah. My bot's just taken a trade,
Wonderful.
so that's how it looks. First off, Scott and everybody else from when it takes a trade. Stop
Ah, right. I
losses,
see.
stop losses up there. As you can see, it's took it an altogether trade. Well, altogether risk at 9.7 pips, but that's within the 10 pip boundary that I've give it that I was mentioning, and it should be, there you go, just above price. It's bang on 2 pips. So the allowance above what I was talking about is 2 pips. So that's a perfect example of it sort of behaving. And the actual trade was six pips from underneath. So it's actually used its extra bit of allowance, including what you've got above there, for 9.8. So it's obviously took it within the 10 pip range that I've give it, but the range for it to trigger was 5 pips. So it's come up, it's spiked the trigger to be able to enter the trade, and then obviously afterwards it's used that allowance to actually enter the trade. So all we got to do now is just wait, and as you can see at the bottom, if I make it stupidly big because I didn't make this text any bigger, now it knows it's in a cell and the cell's live. It's took a 0.3. It's keeping an eye on the R rating, which is 0.11 R at the minute, and the cash value is minus 33 because we've just decided to go back up a little bit. And the
Nice
price, I mean, not the price. Yeah, the price was below the EMA within the same allowance. That's why it's been able to take this trade. So this trade that the bots took is like bare minimum on what it's allowed at the minute. So this is the first test that I've actually done. And like I said before this trade was done, if another trade was going to open, it would overlap. And that's exactly what you're seeing now, is just an overlap of the trades. So I need to get the bot to shrink it to the actual candle that it got taken out on, which will obviously give it the room to space it out. But at the minute, I'm not too bothered about the visuals. Like I've said, all I want to know is it behaving and is it doing as it's told? And when it does its told, is it going to win?
Nice. That is looking promising. Appreciate
So,
you for sharing
yeah.
that, Evan. I am going to shoot off, guys. Appreciated your input this morning, and thanks for being gentle on me as I embarked on my first ever live stream or anything at all like this. So it's been good. I've enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll catch you guys later in the Discord, of course. But next week, I hope to be back and we'll do it all again. Have a good weekend, guys, in chat. If you're in the Discord,
Scott, the stream went very well.
Appreciated. I'll see you later, guys. Bye-bye now.
See you later, Scott. Cheers for joining us.
See you later, Scott.
Cheers.
See you later.
Right, now Scott's gone and it opened another trade just before he went. We're actually going to witness this go straight to stop loss.
I
It's not
think
doing
there is a possibility that it is just some drawdown and it starts going lower. But
Well, it's not taking trades like you are, Sam.
It's not like that. Yesterday was the last 2 days were not quite well for me either. So
Yeah, if everyone wants
hopefully
to
a
give
bot
a
also
good
comes
thumbs
back.
up to the stream, and a big thanks to Scott for joining us. Definitely is MG.
Yeah, cheers, Scott.
It looks like you're
Talking about that, yeah, I think we can take up the topic that you know, is demo trading even worth it, or do you need some skin in the game? What are your opinions on it? Do you think demo trading helps, or is it important for you to have some skin in the game because the emotions when you're really putting when there's real money on the line is different from when there's just paper money?
Yeah, I think that question's open to chat is what the Sam's on about, as well as as well as what we're going to talk about. What are your views on it? I know what mine are at the minute, but what are yours on it? Obviously, you're actually doing it, but I mean for real, for real, for real. I don't mean money, but I mean between learning with your own money or learning with a paper account. Which would you favour, Sam?
I think both have their own pros and cons. I think it is better to start learning from a prop account nowadays, just because prop accounts have become so cheap. But demo trading has its own space. Maybe when you're short on funds, or maybe if you just want to gain back some confidence, because when you're trading with your own money, there is a chance where you're on a losing streak, or when you have been losing for quite a while, you start to think that maybe this is not built for you. And demo trading gives you that space or time for you to refine your edge, for you to hone in on your execution. And it might also help you in understanding your psychology, because if you think the paper money does not affect you as much, then there is enough case for you. There is a case for you where you start learning to believe to translate the performance of your paper account into your live account, where you start to get detached a bit, because it is the same environment. It is the same environment. So you might as well start learning to detach yourself from the trades like you do in the demo account.
Yeah. Do you actually think that do you actually think that learning to trade on a paper account is the same as having skin in the game, like you said, or do you think that like
No, no, no.
putting your own money on the line is
It is vastly different.
definitely?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is vastly different, because when there's money on the line, the way you process those emotions is very different. The way you process those emotions is very different, because you sometimes, if you take a loss, you just do not get on to the next. You want to make back the loss as soon as possible. You feel like the market has stolen money from you, so you want to get back at the markets, but that's not how trading works.
yeah. I think
Contrary on the demo account, Contrary on the demo account, you are practically having the perfect psychology, because it is not practically anybody's money. So you're having the perfect psychology. You get on to the next stage. You do not stress about the wins and losses. And you focus on your execution more. So based on what you're struggling with, and where you are from the and where you are in your prop firm journey or your trading journey, there is a case for demo accounts as well. I think if you're really struggling with your execution, demo accounts would help you without losing much of your prop firm capital, or any capital of sorts. But
yeah.
if you're struggling with your psychology, learning on a demo account, risking less might just be the way.
Yeah, unbiased is the same. He says pre-platform demos, yeah. Um, Post prop firms, small challenge. So, Pooley says using very small amounts. 0.1, 0.01s on demo. You need some. It needs something in the game. They're definitely like what you've just said, psychological wise. You definitely. I've done it on paper trading, and obviously you know that I'm doing it live with my own money anyway. Demo trading, it seems to be so easy. I can turn 100 grand account into 1 million in 3 months, but you put me on a live account, and I'd probably turn that 100 grand into zero, for real.
Yeah,
And that's probably taking the same
yeah,
trade. I
true.
don't know how it works
I
out. It's all to do with your psychological view on your risk management, because the money that's in paper trading, I can just reload that. But other than that, if I was starting out with my own account, just bit like what Paul is saying with your psychological wise. I've had to go to work. I've had to sort of break my back and earn that money, and I'm not gonna like just let that money just go that easy as I would a paper account, because it's hard to replace the money that you've earned, just
Yeah.
like it is just to click a button and start again on a paper trading account. So I think he's definitely right there, because I found out the same way. I was trading a paper account and it seemed so easy. I was making money hand over fist, and I thought, right, all right, let's give this a go. So then when I actually opened up my first account and started having a go, it was just like loss after loss, win, and then loss after loss after loss, win. And I'm like just go slowly going down the ladder, and I'm like, well, this never happened while I was paper trading. What am I doing wrong? And I just wasn't doing now wrong. I just didn't have I didn't have the psychological effect the same way as losing my own money as I did just losing fake money. So yeah, no, you're right there.
Yeah, but to make a case for prop firms, I'd say that sorry, to make a case for demo accounts, what essentially differentiates a demo account from a live account or a prop account is you're not attached to your demo account. You're not attached to it because as you did not pay for it. There's no skin in the game, like you said. But if you try to change your perspective a bit, if you try to bring the same level of detachment onto a prop account or to a live account, you would start making similar gains that you made on a prop account, given that you are able to detach yourself at the same level that you have detached on a demo account. I personally have been short of confidence because I have blown quite a few accounts like uh, in a short period of time. I have blown quite a few accounts. So I'm personally quite low on confidence, especially on my strategy also. So I needed this time to work on my strategy and to to help myself gain that confidence back. So demo account really helped me do that. So there is a case for demo account. I don't think that they are completely useless, but if you can, then a prop account, a small prop account might as well be better than a demo account. But the problem that I also think a prop account has is the valuation phase, because you have some skin in the game right now, and you have say passed the first phase one, and you're halfway to phase two, and then you lose that account. It takes a toll psychologically, it takes a toll mentally, because you made some profit on your money, and you were so close to the end, but then you lost it. So that also plays it fatigues you mentally. There's a mental fatigue that starts to set in. So I think that I personally face that mental fatigue where I'm loading up the evaluations, I'm passing the phase one, I am halfway through phase two, but then I'm losing the accounts, and that mental fatigue, uh, uh, prompted me to take a break to, but to have understanding of the markets when I come back. I'm trading demo, and this time I'm planning to up the size of the trading account that I usually take by a bit, and I'm saving up for it. So let's see how that works out. And to catch up with the chat for a moment, um, Unbiased Trader says, luckily my house is full green with EV and summer here. I'm paying zero for my entire electric energy consumption. That is great, Unbiased Trader. I think that is something that a lot of us can do, because the prices of electricity in India are starting to, slowly and steadily raise higher. So a lot of us are also adopting solars and windmills. Uh, he also, I hope you get into an LSE. Would be good for me to come and visit and see how much it has changed since I've left. Yeah, I remember Unbiased Trading telling me that he's from LSE. Yeah, I think LSE is one of the finest, so it would have changed quite a bit and for the better, in my opinion. It's been 15 years since you visited the campus. Damn, 15 years is a lot. It's a long time. It's a long time. That is almost 3/4 of my whole life. Wonderful. MGN says we are slow to adopt EV here mainly because of our national power utility. ESCOM is nothing less than top tier, world class. Yeah, I think I got the sarcasm, MGN.
There's not like a dirty diesel.
Yeah. And your trade is back in profit, isn't it, Evan?
It is. It is. It was slight drawdown. It's going in the right direction now. Um,
Yeah,
all we can do now is just wait and see what price action does.
true.
But you can actually see that the live R value and the money that it's saying that it's got does actually match what the actual platform is saying that I'm in profit by. So that's an indication that the some of the program that I've got done last night and over last night is actually working. So
Wonderful.
that's actually a good sign. But like I said to Scott, with it overlapping, it doesn't actually look that good. It looks like I've pretty much still got two trades open, even though it says one's closed and one's live. So I just need to get the visuals
Yeah.
sorted next, Sam. But I want to leave it for a while and see how it trades by itself, because I just might have it at a point where I can actually leave it. Yesterday, yeah, I crashed yesterday after the live stream. Got up a bit later and realised that I actually left the bot running unsupervised, and it's like it's still in development. But I just walked out, had a lay down, and that was it. I crashed, and then when I woke up, I realised that it was still trading the account, but it had only actually taken two trades.
And
And one,
were they in profit?
no, it was kind of break even. It won one, lost one, but I say it was break even.
Okay.
It was a loss. I took one win, which was I've redone the move to break even point. So I've moved it to break even plus 3 pips. So it's sat in profit when it moves to break even. Um, but yesterday that wasn't the case. It was dead break even. So I'd only took a TP1 and then it closed. So I'd only got a little bit of profit off that one. And the next one was actually a full loss. So I was actually
I
down. Yeah, but I wasn't down as much as I should have been because obviously the trade before was a TP1. So it gave me a little bit of profit before actually taking out that back plus a little bit extra. So at the minute, I'm not doing that bad. Yesterday I was on 53, 153. I'm at 100. I'm at £150.25 at the minute. So we'll see how this goes,
yeah.
and obviously I'm going to have to just take it from there. But apart from any sort
Yeah.
of market analysis, the bot's doing it for me. I just think that Euro USD is sort of on a steady decline. I think that it could actually come back down to, is that 1,600 and 1,100, 600, 1.16, yeah, 1.160. The resolution on this monitor, it's a massive monitor, but the resolution on it is rubbish. But at the minute, it's going back up. So yeah, and that's how big I've got to have that so I can actually see. And I'm wearing glasses like you, so I'm all right. That I am in the room and
Yeah. Understandable.
I'm not sat on a desk. On a desk, the telly is like at the other end of the room. So That's how big I've got to have that to see that. But I'm gonna get that sorted as well. So that's gonna be plastered across the top like normal ones are
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
Because as you know, I've got two 65-inch monitors,
Oh,
and I'm
damn.
not sitting directly in front of them. I'm actually
Okay.
sat the other side of the room on a settee. So I've actually got some luxury. So I'm sat on a settee, and at the front of the office is two 65-inch monitors. But like I said, I'm gonna throw that one out the window soon because the resolution on that's not as good as it is on the one that I've actually got you on, Sam. I should
Yeah.
actually just switch the tabs.
It is. Yeah, I
It'd
think you
be
should actually do that.
yeah, it'd be easier if I just switched the
And
tabs and had
that
you
is
on that one.
quite a luxurious and quite a different setup from what usually traders have.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I need
Yeah,
the
unbiased traders selling that 265-inch monitors. You have beaten most of the institutions with your tech.
yeah. I'll
Yeah.
flip the camera around one time, or and I'll show you the setup.
Yeah,
But
I think that should work.
I need to get the office like sorted properly.
Right? You, 3/4 of your life. I feel young now. Yeah, sure, unbiased trader. Everyone will think I'm your dad if I end up visiting you at the uni. To be honest, that would be easier to explain than telling that we are friends from trading.
Sorry, bud, I missed that.
People don't really understand that Trader was telling that if I get into the uni that I was talking about and he visits me there, everybody will think that he's my dad at the uni.
Yeah.
And to be honest, that would be easier to explain to people instead of letting them know that I was in India and we were trading and we had this community. We met there, we became friends there. It is quite a long story, and explaining all that. How do you trade? What do you trade? Do you make money? It just invites a lot of questions, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm just watching this price now going straight up, and I'm thinking, nah, come on, just give me a win. I mean, Sam's Sam's actually took two trades and had no drawdown, and the only thing that this has ever been in is drawdown.
But as traders, we sometimes are desperately in need of that one win, because winning becomes a habit and sometimes losing also becomes a habit. So if we start getting even if we start breaking that pattern of just losing our trades and getting a win, that really helps our morale and our confidence, don't you think?
You mean
I
winning
think
more than you
sometimes a
lose?
win. No, 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 no. Like when you are losing quite a bit, or when you're in a losing streak or you have been losing for quite some time, having a win really helps you with the morale and getting back on track. Because losing n number of trades continuously puts you in a negative spiral, both mentally and with your trading. You get grumpy and all. So getting a win in between really helps you out, and it might as well start a positive spiral.
Yeah, there's 2 points to that, and I was trying to work. That's why I just paused a little bit because I didn't understand which lane you was going down with that one. But yeah, no, it does when you're on a losing streak and you actually get a win. That does actually boost your confidence slightly. But there's 2 points to that. Have you changed? It depends what you've changed. If you've changed nothing, then I think
That works.
personally, yeah, I think personally that you get more of a boost from that because you
Than
realise
if you
that
have chopped and changed and did not follow your rules. Yeah. In fact, I would say that it would decrease your confidence in your strategy even more if you have changed something drastically.
Yeah, I mean, if you've changed the strategy and won, then that's sort of defeating the object of the game because you don't know whether it was a losing streak or not. Normal
Yeah.
losing streak. But I mean, if you stuck to the plan and then you started to take a win again, or even an intermittent win, then you probably know that it is just market, um, the market conditions. Your plan's still working. It's just it's just a temporary losing streak. That's all it is. So yeah, no, I think that actually after a losing streak and you do take a win or even a couple of wins, that does sort of boost your confidence a little bit that it's not your actual plan. But if you do
Yeah.
change on the in between and then you start winning, you're gonna start double thinking about your strategy. Maybe I should have introduced this earlier. Was it my strategy? But it might not be. So if you've actually stuck to the plan, you've took your losses, and you start winning again, or even on the first win that you do start winning again, no, I do think that does increase. It does increase your mentality in your trading system and gives you a little bit of boost and confidence to continue taking the same trades that you have been taking even during the losing streak. So yeah, no, I think you're right there, Sam. Sam, your mic's off.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Yeah,
it's on now.
especially because you are losing quite a lot. Yeah, I was talking. Especially when you're in a losing streak and you start to lose some confidence and you do not see the markets as they are. Getting a win really changes your perspective, and it is really important. Even if it is a small win, it breaks that cycle. It breaks that cycle, and it might have a positive effect on the trading. That's what I think. So taking small wins when you're in a losing streak might actually help you quite a lot than taking a full TP or waiting for a full TP and it going back to your break even or SL.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I do when I'm manually trading. That's exactly how I do it. Like I said, that I've programmed into the bot. It trades the same way I would manually, but obviously with the bot doing it, it reduces risk. As you can see, the risk's already reduced a little bit more. Uh, when it gets into profit towards TP1, the risk will reduce even more, which I would actually manually do that as the trade was playing out. And then when it gets to TP1, I've already took an initial profit, so then I'll drop to break even plus a little bit, so which gives it the rest of the room to move. But if it is going to come up and hit me TP, go past it, then I've got a little bit extra out of that trade. So it never was going to go to TP2, TP3, TP4. It only came, it hit TP1. I took a little bit off the top of the profit that I would have had normally. I dropped my stop loss to just over break even, and then I let it play out from there. And then when it hits TP2, I'll probably, by that time, I'll have dropped my trailing stop to TP1, which gives the room from TP1 to TP2 room to breathe, to come back and then drop even more. And hopefully that I'm following a trend from that point on. If I'm not and it takes me out, Sam, it's one of them things. But at least I've secured the trade by moving me stop to just over break even. And I think
Yeah.
that in itself helps my
Talking about
psyche.
break evens, yeah. It does quite a lot, doesn't it? A break even is better than a stop loss and a profit is better than a break even.
Yeah, see you in a bit on
Yeah,
Bye
and
Trader.
best
Cheers
trader,
for
see you
dropping in.
later. Yeah. Um, I I am a fan of taking break-even trades. I do not have a problem with taking break-even trades, but I've never been a big proponent of taking a part of the slice, like taking a TP1, a TP2, or a TP3. That has not been something that I've ever been comfortable with because I tend to think that if I have left it alone, I would have made more profit, and because of that, I have and I also come from that thinking that you should add to your winners. So it feels like I am removing a part, I'm removing a chunk from a winner that I'm having. So I always preferred closing your whole position, even if at TP1, even at the TP1 level or TP2 level, I have preferred to close the whole position instead of just taking a part of the position. I have not been a fan of partials. What are your opinion on taking partials? Since you take them, how has partials helped you instead of waiting for the whole TP?
Um, the way that I take partials is part of the strategy to protect the account. That's how I see taking partials. So if I take partials at TP1, I've not actually lost a trade. Where if someone is just going all or nothing, if someone's going all or nothing and they're going for two times the risk, and it only goes to one times the risk, and they don't actually take anything off, and it goes to their stop loss, they've lost that trade in full. They've lost the you know what I mean? They've lost that trade in full of it, full stop loss. Which I do now and again, even though it's probably, I'm looking at it now and I'm like, in my head, it's putting me off talking, watching it now. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
I use that as a strategy to protect the account. If it's gonna go straight to top loss, like this looks like it may do, it's just one of them things. I just take it on the chin, learn by the mistake. If this was a manual trade, learn by the mistake, and then probably make sure that it was a mistake by still trading the same way. And if it does do it at least two or three times, then at that point, I'll know that a trade of that caliber is no good. And then obviously, I won't take one of them trades again if the opportunity arises. And then I'll watch it, and then I'll be like, right, I was right on that. So then obviously that helps my performance within manual trading at least anyway. The bot's just going to trade. The bot's going to trade trades like this all day long. Um, but yeah, no, I use it as a strategy to at least take some out the game and protect the account. That's why I'll take partials at TP 1, 2, 3, 4. If the trade's big enough to be able to take four partials. But as it stands with a zero point 0.3 and only trading a £150 account with the 150 to 1,000 challenge, I can't take one lots, two lots, and five lots and stuff like that on this account. So I can't really take four partials from a zero point 0.3. I can take three partials, which would close the account. I'd take it over TP1, TP2, and on TP3 it'd wipe me out. But I've not got it set to that. I've only got it set to take two partials and leave a runner. Or if it opened a trade up at 0.2, I'd be able to take a TP1 and then it'd leave the rest as a runner. But I've always got a runner. Whether that actually comes back to stop loss or whether it comes like full loss or it comes back to stop loss as it's been trailing down. So I could end up being at a point where I'm 10, 20 R up, something like that. But
damn.
that would end up being the runner that got that far. It wouldn't actually be the full account. So
Yeah.
at some point it's going to turn back around and it's going to hit my stop loss. And at that point,
Yes.
fair enough. That's when I'm actually out the. That's when I'm out the trade.
Yeah.
and I
Like
do that
a
manually.
runner like that, catching a runner like that would be such a good thing for the account.
It would be for this account, but not at zero point 0.1. A zero
Yeah.
point 0.1 runner at 20R. I'd have, ugh, I don't know. I'd have classed that as a wasted trade. I'd have been in that in my main account as well. And not necessarily a wasted trade on an 150 quid account. It's an achievement to let something run that far, and it took me quite a long time to be able to do that because I was like you said, if you're gonna take a 1R, you would have took the full lot off at 1R. And before, when I've been trading with Rich Butler, I said that I will take a 1R, and at some point that 1R would be a full close, like what you've just said. But it all depends on what I'm doing at the time. With the bot trading, I can't really take a 1R trade. I've just got to let the bot run and do what it's programmed to do. But if I'm trading manually, and it depends if it's my main account or it's an account that I'm building up alongside my main account, yeah, I'll probably take a full stop at one. I'll take a full stop at two. And I'll even let my main account run to a 20R if it'll actually get there, which once or twice it actually has got quite deep. And I've posted that in the Discord channel. So the trades that I've actually let run, I've posted in the Discord channel, and everyone's just been keeping track of that, which has been great. But along that journey, Sam, I've actually still been taking TPs. I've still been
Yeah.
taking partials out of that runner.
Out of that, damn, out of a runner, wonderful.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. As long as the account can actually take it, I've still been taking TPs out of the what's left to run. Because not only do I post the trades from the 100 to 1,000 challenge, I'll actually post one or two trades that I've took on a more serious account that I'm trading on, and the results in that too, which actually do allow me to take multiple TPs.
Exactly.
But them ones I'm trading manually, and with what I'm talking about now with this bot, I do have another bot that's trading indices for me. I ain't got it running at the minute
Oh,
because I'm concentrating on this one, and that one trades indices, and it trades it on the 45 minutes. So the 45-minute time frame that trades on, I don't necessarily get into many trades back to back, although I will say that it's never out of a trade, which is kind of contradicting, but I meant in length of time. So like when it takes a trade, I'll be in it for days, or at least I assume I'll be in it for days. Most of the time I am. So like it'll end up catching a trend, and it'll be like 2 or 3 days or even up to a week that I'll be in that trade, and during that time I'll be taking TPs. It might take TP on day one, it might take TP again on day two, something like that. It all depends on what level it gets to. Um, and then when the regime changes, it automatically flips into sells immediately, and then obviously I'll catch that trend back down again, and that's been working quite well for a couple of
wonderful.
months. It's been
Yeah,
well, like
obviously.
you've been testing yours. It's been working well for a couple of months, but
Yeah,
it's
that
either
seems
in a
like
long or a short.
yeah, that seems like it is a great way to trade, taking partials and runners like that because because it's definitely on the higher time frame. Emma, you feel that your trading and your time has had some result instead of you feeling that you have wasted 4 hours for a loss or maybe a week for a loss. But on a shorter time frame, it feels like it feels opposite. Maybe you could have held on to the whole position. The way you take partials is is something that I agree on. Usually, I am not a fan of partials and I do not agree on people taking them. But the way you take them is very calculated and it's a part of the strategy. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely does. You broke up there a little bit, so I don't know if your internet's going a bit funny again. But I didn't quite catch
Okay,
everything that
okay.
you said.
Give me a
I got
moment.
the gist of what you were saying. But
Yeah,
yeah, no,
like
it
the way you take partials is something that I understand why you take partials, and I think that is the right way to take partials. On a higher time frame, taking partials makes sense. That's what I was trying to tell.
I'll take partials on a lower time frame. This is set to take partials. I know it's only a zero point 0.3, but when it goes down, if you can see that line that it's produced here,
Yeah.
that's actually TP1,
Okay.
and there's one underneath there, which is just
Damn.
I don't know if you can see that dotted line,
I
which is
think I can see it very faintly. I think
yeah,
it's in yellow, isn't it?
yeah, and these two. Can you see these two as well?
Yeah. I
So
can.
they're the TPs that are marked out, and this one's TP4, that one's TP3. So it's already pre-marked out the TP levels. So at TP1, TP2, TP3, TP4. But the thing is, I only did that so when it actually took a trade, I could show you that it's got four TPs that it's actually allowed to take. But like I
All
said
right.
to you earlier, it'll always leave zero point 0.1 as a runner. So when I
Yeah.
get to after TP2, that'll leave zero point 0.1. So TP3 and TP4 will automatically get ignored. Even though it reaches it, the bot isn't allowed to actually close the trade. So the TP ladder will get suspended from that point on. And then all it is
Understandably.
is trailing the stop loss. Now on this kind of strategy and this bot, I haven't decided how to trade the stop loss, not to trade it, to trail it. Uh, I'm thinking I'm gonna be trailing it on structure based, which I would do that anyway with the TPs because they're all sort of structure based. After it's come down and moved back up and then come back down again, as long as I'm in the right regime, whether it's going up or coming down, there's always pullbacks. And then on a pullback, I would have had it above structure, and then dropped it down again above structure. But to be honest, at the minute now, it'll only get to break even plus 3 pips before it stops trailing, and then after that, it's down to me to actually trail it. If I don't trail it, it could get to 50R while I'm asleep. I know it's an exaggeration, but it could get to
But it's
50R.
possible. It is
Well,
possible.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
possible,
All
but
all all we need is a Trump tweet.
for sure. But no, as an exaggeration, it could actually get to 50R while I'm asleep. It could turn back around again, and it'll come back and it'll take me out at 3 pips to break even, and I'd have missed out on all that price action at the minute
Yeah.
because it won't trail it any further than it does now.
Yeah. I think we can have a topic about this tomorrow, where we are talking. If you think about it, when you are in drawdown and you go back to your take profit, if you're in drawdown of 50 and your take profit is at 100, you do not think that you have made $150. You are in your head, you think that you have made only $100. But if you are in a profit of 100, say $100, and it went back to your drawdown and hit your stop loss for 50, then in your head, you think that you have lost $150 because as traders, we tend to we tend to accept our profits more than we tend to accept our losses. When we are when we even when we put on a trade, we do not fully accept the loss. But even the slightest of profits, we accept it very well. We accept it right away. I think if we start accepting our losses and how we start to approach the PNL, that might be a talking point for tomorrow.
Yeah, Paul has just said to. I mean, we're getting close anyway
Yeah,
to ending the live stream. Cheers for joining us, Paulie. Cheers, mate, and we'll hopefully see you in morning as well. But don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I can see that we've got 22 viewers, so give us a like to the channel and subscribe. Don't forget, if you need any more information, the link to the Discord is
Discord
in.
is all.
Yep. The link to the Discord is in the description. I know I'm nearly locking up. I've only had one coffee this morning.
Yeah. The links in the
And
description for the Discord. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share it to everybody that you think wants to get into trading or maybe already trades. I think our insight might be a fun source of entertainment for them, or maybe even educational for a few.
yeah, well, I'm not using it. I tried using what Scott's using for his live streams. I couldn't
Right.
get I couldn't get my head around using what he was using. So what I'm gonna ask. I know he's in the chat because he's just actually put a nice one, guys. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
actually ask him for a crash course on how to actually use that too. Because I've actually
Sure.
got it. It's all loaded up for when I was trading. I know, mate. I know. I'm like my throat. I don't know if you'll. I clicked that, Sam, and you clicked it off.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Only
you know
one
this.
coffee.
I don't know if you know this saying, MG. But my belly thinks my throat's been cut. Definitely. But yeah, no, it looks like this
Funny enough,
trade is going to take a stop.
yeah, looks like it. But funny
Or
enough, I have not been a fan of coffee or tea either. I do not drink either. I just
in
turn on pure adrenaline.
Sam, you're in India, aren't you?
Yeah,
And you don't drink tea.
yeah, I don't drink tea. I have never liked hot beverages. I think it is you know, you just yeah, I have never liked hot beverages, so I am not a big fan of coffee or tea. I just run on pure vibes and adrenaline.
There's some good tea that comes
Yeah,
from
there's
India.
some good tea that comes from India. Yeah, the tea here is magnif it is incredible. It tastes incredible, but I am not a avid drinker of tea or coffee either.
What you did? Just fizzy drinks.
Yeah, a fizzy drink once a week or so. That is the extent. Apart from that, water.
Right. Okay. Water's not bad. I suppose I can say that I drink water too, and
Yeah.
I drink a lot of water. It's just that it's got a spoonful of coffee in it and a spoonful
Sure.
of sugar.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Coffee is 99% water. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Exactly. When they say getting it, you need a lot of water, I'm like, I do drink a lot of water. They're like, no, you drink coffee, and I'm like, what do you think I make it with?
So water at the end of the day. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Unless I'm off to Costa, because I might go later. They actually do their
Right.
coffees with milk, so it's like more milk than it
Oh,
is water.
yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, milk
But
coffee is more popular here than there's just a very small amount of people who drink coffee with water over here. They usually have it with milk.
yeah, I mean, it does seem a little bit better, but like
Yeah.
I'm in England, the price of milk is I might as well go buy a cow if I was to do that.
Yeah. Milk the cow, have the milk, make some
Yeah.
coffee.
No, for sure, for sure. It'd be cheaper in the long run.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
was. Did you actually take?
No, I did not take any trades apart from these three with this one which went to break even. I think we might as well break this range. If we go out this range, that would be good to see. But if we don't and we are still in the range, I have no problem with it. I'll take a shot if there is a good enough rejection. If I see a change of character, which would be below this low. If I see the 1 minute candle close below this low, I might as well short it. Yeah.
Are you trying to bring Scott back?
Is Scott back?
No, I said,
No,
are you
I
trying to
was
bring
not.
Scott back?
No, not really.
I thought Scott's not in, but you've clicked his thing to bring him back in.
Really? I was on the other screen. Anyways, I think it was Scott's ghost who was trying to get back him.
No, I don't think
Remove.
Scott.
I'm unable to remove it. Are you able to remove it?
I'll remove him
Yeah.
unless he comes back again, and then I've just kicked him out. But I don't
Sure.
think that was him. But there was two nice trades them, and they didn't even suffer half as much drawdown as what I'm going through.
Yeah, I think if I took a 1-to-1 over here, it would be another good trade. But I was looking to make just a bit more, and I did not make that much, and it went back to break even. And I'm glad that I exited this at break even because though it showed a slight comeback to the profits, it eventually went back to the SL. So instead of having a slow burn down of the trade, it is good to that I've exited early on a break even.
Yeah, if you'd have like we was talking about, if you'd have moved while the price was down right near your TP, if you'd have actually moved your stop
Yeah,
loss to just over break even, you would have got out with at least some.
yeah, at least something.
But just quickly flicking to man, I've just been stopped out.
Wait a minute. I think your screen is up now. Yeah. Oh, that's a nasty candle. Damn.
Yeah, I've just been took out for a second loss.
Yeah.
But it was reduced slightly because
Yeah.
I'm sure the TP, I'm sure the stop was up here somewhere, so it's actually moved. It's actually moved the stop down slightly, so I hadn't took a proper full stop. I'm just a little
Okay.
bit, I'm just a little bit disappointed that it's sort of skyrocketing while I was going short. It could have waited a
Yeah.
little bit. But then that's the game there, Sam. You take them and you win some, you lose some.
And on to the next.
Nah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, there's now I could have done about that. And I don't even think we've got any sort of big news that's actually come out. I mean, I'm on the 5 minute time frame. It doesn't need big news, like, but and there you go.
And
You win.
if there were any news, we would have got notified from our Discord from the bot. So
Yeah, and
there's
that's what
obviously no
happens when it
news.
pops in a zone as well. So
Yeah.
once it goes through, when it actually closes the candle, Sam, it turns into a break structure,
Yeah. Make sense.
and that's where it started from. That was the retest. I got before I actually loaded the bot up again. That's where I got a reasonable short from, and then obviously it's coming again and again, and then obviously now that's the candle that broke it, and we're off now. We're
Yeah.
definitely off. So now it's not gonna take a short from this point on. So even if it goes up here and then starts rejecting and actually comes down here because it just seems to be in a odd place. Even 32 pips that. That'd be a nice trade. It's just not going to take that trade because the EMA is actually flattening out. So I reckon that we may be actually on our way back. There's no point in doing that because that was off screen. So as we're coming down, we've come down to a point of where it's starting to go back up. So now the EMA is kind of flattening out, and we may
Yeah.
even start seeing that. But this is why I don't like. This is why I don't like trading the lower time frames. I've only done it so I can show that the bot's actually taking trades and that it actually
Understandable.
takes some. Yeah, there's no point in sitting with you and trading the daily time frame because I'd just be sat like that for a fortnight, if not a month, not taking a
Yeah.
trade. But yeah, no, that's basically how the bot works, and it is intended for higher time frames, but it will adapt to lower time frames. But that's exactly what you're gonna get on the lower time frames is basically some fake out trades. The bot doesn't know it's going to be a fake out, and neither would I because I would have took it manually on a rejection anyway. Especially this one.
Yeah.
I'd have probably been in on that one, especially on the bot as well. If the 50 weren't introduced, I would have been in on that one. If I want in on that one, I'd have definitely have been in on that one, and that still wouldn't have got me that much.
Yeah, that would have been a fine trade.
It'd have been all right, but I mean, it's the 5 minutes, Sam. I look for a little bit more in pips than what these offer. Apart from
Okay.
apart from this, that would have been the nice trade.
That would have been a fabulous trade. It come on, that would have been fabulous. It is not nice. It is great. It is lovely.
Yeah, that's 67 pips. That 67 pips. But I mean, some of the stuff that I've been talking to the lads in the Discord with, especially on with Pooley and MGN, unbiased trader as well as Will.
Yeah.
Everyone's in for poker night.
Yeah.
I've been talking about being in the trade, even because we've got a little bit of time left
Yeah.
in the
We have
trading
about
day
2 minutes left.
when we're playing poker. I've still been in the trade, and I've been. I think it was about 287 pips or something like that, Sam.
Right. Wow. Wonderful. And talking about pips, I just switched to my screen and we just barely went down the line or the level that I marked. But given the time period and the low amount of confidence I'm having with this candle over there, because it just ever so slightly went below my level. I'm not gonna take this trade, and we will be back tomorrow with more trades.
Yeah, thanks to everyone for joining, especially on the
Yeah.
other platforms. I don't actually say individually how many is on the other platforms, but from from us to YouTube to Facebook and to Twitter. Hopefully, we'll catch all you guys tomorrow and have a good day and trade safe.
Trade safe. Have a good day.
Have a
We'll
good day
meet you
and see
back
you later.
tomorrow at the same time. And the broadcast